Thank you all for joining our 4 hour long bootcamp workshop on a Saturday evening when you had have done a lot more other things, but you are joining it here. Thank you for that, and we are starting it. And hope you all can see it. Okay, so let me see whether I'm live or not. So let me type hello all. Okay, so yeah, I'm live. Okay, I'm live. Okay, so it is there, and. I'm live. So, most of you don't know me. Most of you don't know me. Hi, hi, hi. Most of you don't know me. So, let me tell a bit about myself. Okay. So, then we are going to start with all those things. We are going to start with we're going to start with HTML, then we're going to start with CSS, then we're going to do JavaScript, and we are going to do communication skills also now. Okay, today. So, but everything will be very like precise, like not that much. Why? Because 4 hours is not enough for anything. So we have long courses also on our YouTube channel. You can check them out, and we also have a 12-hour long course like which happens once in a month. Okay, which happens once in a month. You can check out that also. Okay, so that is there, and so let me tell a bit more about myself. Okay, so this is me, and this is my LinkedIn profile. Let me also place a bit of my LinkedIn profile, and we're live on LinkedIn also. So, but people who are watching from LinkedIn, please do watch it on YouTube because that is the main channel. Okay, so please do watch it on YouTube. Okay, so that is there, and one sec. Okay. So yeah. So this is about me. I have more than 16 years of IT experience, and past 1 year I am a React.js teacher, corporate trainer, mentor, YouTuber, and all those things. But I was not always like that. And till now, like from the past 1.5 year, I'm running my edtech company from Bhopal. And before that, I've spent most of my career in metros like Mumbai and Bangalore. So that is where I spent most of my career. So this in 2021, I started my company known as TWD, and I started teaching here online classes, and I teach like offline also. Okay, offline in Bhopal only. Okay, so that is the YouTuber I'm for a long time, and this was my last job. I was an associate architect in Bangalore-based product-based company, so I was there working there. And associate architect is the top of like front-end development, but I was doing. Okay, so first half an hour we are going to tell you about like what it is required to get into the web development and all. We are going to tell you about that because that is required. You will get all these things from a lot of other places also. You can get like the HTML, CSS, JavaScript from a lot of other places also. But guidance nobody will tell. Nobody will give you the list which you have to do to get into web development. Okay, so that is something which we need to tell first. And I have worked in like almost all big companies. Like I have worked in Oracle, I have worked in IBM, I worked in JP Morgan. 2004, I started my career. So that is like that. And this is our company. This is our registered company. And we are registered through Bangalore, but this is our registered company. And you'll get a nice certificate from us if you complete this thing. And how you'll get the certificate. A lot of you are here for the certificate and you want the certificate. And how you're going to get the certificate. So you have to fill the attendance form. Okay. So you have to fill the attendance form. So there will be two attendance form given. One will be given at around 3:30 and one will be given towards the end around 6:30 p.m. Okay, 6:30 p.m. One at 3:30 and one at 6:30. So some of the things are there, like you have to give an email address, you have to give your valid email address because we are going to send it to you on your email address only. Then you have to give the name. Then we want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel also and follow us on Instagram also where we do educative videos. So please do those things and please tell us which username you have subscribed and which Instagram ID you subscribe, your role and your LinkedIn profile also. So why is LinkedIn profile required? If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, please tell I don't have a LinkedIn profile. But LinkedIn profile is required. I will come to that later on. Second attendance form is also like that only. Okay, so that is about the attendance forms. Let me tell more about it. Like let us go now more a bit more. Okay, so that is there. Now what we teach and why we teach this web development and all. So why it is this web development? Okay, so web development is a development of websites, but it has been done from the past 20 years. Why we're learning web development right now? Why so it is so cool to learn web development? Because most of the web development which were done earlier were done through this thing HTML, CSS, and JavaScript a bit here and there. But nowadays from the past more than like 12 years is the age of web apps. So everything is a web apps, and they require something else. They require something like maybe React.js, and React.js is one of the top library out there, which is JavaScript. But something else also you must have heard, like Angular and Vue. But don't go for Angular and Vue. Most number of jobs out there are in React.js only. React.js is used to make the front end of the website. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. And most of the websites are not websites nowadays. Facebook is not a website. Instagram is not a website. Like I'm talking about the web version of it. Okay, HTML is not a website. Like Instagram is not a website. Facebook is not a website. Amazon is not a website. Flipkart is not a website. They are something known as web app. You can do all the transactions from there. HDFC Bank website is not a website. They are all web apps. There you can do all the complicated things from there. Just think about it. Like the past 10 years, you can do almost everything from a website. So they're not website. Like a lot of things goes behind them. But one thing which is common in all the websites around the world, the front end is most of the time, if it's not a Indian government website, so like a lot of government websites are made in PHP and all. Okay, so that if it is not that, it will be created in React. If you go to any fast websites like LinkedIn, also if you go, Facebook also you go. In fact, Facebook created this React. It's a totally open source system which Facebook created. Okay, so React just completely open source, and all the sites on the planet, like mostly like fastest sites like Facebook, Amazon, Flipkart, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, everything is on React. Just every small startups or big startups in Bangalore, Hyderabad are in React. Everybody makes a front end with React because nowadays everything is very, very front end heavy. Like maybe take the example of this website. This is not a website, it's a web app. See, I can do this thing. So this is not like some easy thing to do, but this is created using React only. And I can do this also. Earlier, 10 years back, this kind of things used to come as like a desktop app. But nowadays it's not. Like this all are web app, and this all are created with React.js. In fact, React.js, if you know only React.js, it is like sure that you will get a job. 100% sure you'll get a job. If you know just React, you'll get a job because every startups on the planet works on React.js only. There's some startups or big company which works on Angular also, like this Google form, the front end, especially the front end part of it, which is a major part of it, is made with something known as Angular. Google created Angular. All Google products are made in Angular. Front end part of it. Back end is a totally different story. Back end is a old tech, so a lot of opportunities are not there in the back end. Okay, so that is there. And the other thing is that, okay, so but I told you, like, you learn only these four things. Only these four things you learn, you'll get jobs in almost like 96% of the companies on the. Someone was asking me like, so how to get in right now only. Like, I don't want to show her. So she was asking me like how to get in a product based. I told that I don't know product based company and all. So because they are very less product based companies and all, and the high level product based companies require something known as DSA, which is like a waste of time. You should not learn DSA and all. Okay, so it's a waste of time. Okay. Okay. So that is there, and okay. So that is there, and so now before starting with HTML, because we need to know all this HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Before going to start with HTML, we are going to learn about the three secrets to get into web development. So the three secrets are like you need to do a little bit of networking, and some daily action is required, and challenges are required. This networking thing is required if you are coming from a non-IT background. So networking, like you should be active on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Okay, you should be active on all these things: LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Okay, and the daily actions you need to do is like code 2 hours daily. Code 2 hours daily. You need to do that code 2 hours daily. Okay, and the challenges are like you need to do this 100 days of coder, 100 days of project challenge, anything you can do, but code to us daily is required. And LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, so this is required. Especially the LinkedIn is very much required. LinkedIn is something which can take your career to the next level. So if you see I have actually a very big LinkedIn profile, like I have more than 27,000 followers and all. So that is there, 27,000 connection. You don't have to prepare such a big LinkedIn like network, and it takes a lot of time to have such a big LinkedIn network. But you should be like your profile should be having something. Like if I go here in this profile, so like it doesn't have anything. Okay, someone added me, so it doesn't have anything like a background. It doesn't have a bit more. It should be have, and you should have some connections. You should have some connections. If you are from whatever place you are, you should have some connection from that location. So whoever is my student, like who I do take paid batches also, I help them optimize their LinkedIn also, so that they can code in public. Okay, so that they can code in public, they can get job in public. So it is like that. So that is there. Okay, so that is there. And and one more thing, like if you we are asking your LinkedIn profile also. If you give us our LinkedIn your LinkedIn profile, what we are going to do, we are going to like I'll show you. We're going to promote you on LinkedIn also. Promoting you on LinkedIn means promoting to my like 27K followers. Okay, so that is there. So I'm going to promote, like, wait a sec. So okay, like to promote like the 12 hours promotions we have, like recently every 12 hours. So I'm going to promote you all like this. See, a lot of people have given their LinkedIn profile, so we have tagged them. So when you tag them, see, this is how much impressions it does. It's a lot of impressions. You will like get this much impressions and all. Okay, so that is there. That is all which you need to do. So I think we can start now. So we have done all these things which is required. And now let me do one thing. Let me give the attendance sheet, and attendance sheet will only be given in the live chat. Nowhere else it will be given. Okay. So so first attendance, first attendance is like this. This is the first attendance. Please fill the first attendance. I'll keep on seeing that whether you all fill the first attendance or not. So this is the first attendance. Please fill the first attendance. Those who fill both of the attendance, they will only get the certificate. Okay, they will only get the certificate on their email on Sunday evening. Okay, so this is the first attendance. Please fill the first attendance. So now we are going to start with HTML. HTML. And like I was talking to someone, and he was telling like he's from a different domain, and he was not getting paid much. The only developers get paid the most in India. I think most of you know that thing. And some people more get, some people else also get paid like more than developers, like not more than developers, starting is more than developer, like the Uber driver and all those things, but they have a like limitations. Okay, and the limitations is there, but in development the limitation is not there. You can reach whatever, like it's all on your like how much hard work you do. You can reach that place. So okay, let me do one thing, like 1 crore salaries are very much common in for a developer in a product based company. 1 crore salaries are very common. In fact, this if you go, there is someone known as Kunal Kushwaha. Okay, so this guy is like very cool. Like this guy is like he's a development manager, but he has grown a lot. Like he has grown a lot, and he was from India only. And final year only he has. I think when did he passed out? When did he passed out? He passed out. I don't know when did he passed out in 2022. And guess what is his salary is? Because he's like a very big influencer. I always keep on telling he's a, like an open source contributor and all. Guess what his salary is? His salary is $1 million. Now ask me what is $1 million a year? Because he tells these things all the time. $1 million means 8 crore rupees a year. 8 crore rupees. It's not a small thing. Okay. Although he works in London, that is a different thing. But then also in London also it's a big salary. Okay, so that is like this. Okay, so but he did a lot, so everybody cannot reach that place. You can, but you can easily reach 30 lakhs to 50 lakhs. Even like I know people in like central India, like in Indore, giving 10 lakh packages easily. Okay, so don't worry, you have to don't have to compare with him. Like he does a lot, so that is there. The sky is the limit, nothing else. He earns $1 million year, so that's a lot of thing, a lot of money. $1 million a year. Okay, so that is there. And now let me go ahead. what what is required to start with like web development? You require an editor, you require a computer also. Okay, so I was telling like one person, like he's for the 10 years, past 10 years he's working in some domain and he's getting only 15,000 rupees. He pinged me recently on LinkedIn, and I told him that you switch your career to web development, it will be much better. But he told me that he has a mobile only, he doesn't have a laptop. So I told him that you have to invest in a laptop. You have to buy a laptop for at least like 10,000 rupees. You will get a very 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 cheap laptop and a good laptop. So you have to do a VS Code, and VS Code and all. So this VS Code is a very, why I told him only 10,000 rupees laptop. 10,000 rupees laptop, second hand 10,000 rupees laptop is like not that good. So how will he run everything? So he can run everything because web development doesn't require a lot of things. In fact, 10 years back, people used to do it in Notepad++, but please don't do it in Notepad++. Download this lightweight code editor known as VS Code. Very easy to download, like how to download it on Windows. We have a video on our channel. So download this VS Code. Okay, download this VS Code, and it's a very lightweight code editor. Even like uh, 1 GB, like 4 GB of RAM is more than enough for this to run. 4 GB i3 fourth generation is more than enough. You download it, and it will look like something like this. It will look okay, something like, although I'm using a Mac, Windows also it looks like this only. So it will look like this. Now I have downloaded it and all. So now how to start coding in it? So I'll tell the most easy way to start coding in it. So what you do, you go to your desktop and you create a new folder called HTML, and then take it and drag it here. Take it and drag it here. So what I did, take it and dragged it here. So this is the most easy way. Let me do one thing. Let me take it in this way, this place, and take it in this, because I want to show both of the things. Okay, so this I have done. Then okay, okay, so in index or this HTML is there. Here I'll do a, see, I've clicked here to create a new file. Okay, so I'll do a index.html. Okay, so I'll do this, and then I'll give a, okay, so and then I will, so why index.html? So see, like JPG files are there. So JPG files have an ending like JPG, and PNG file have an ending like PNG. Okay, so those things are the JPG and PNG files are there. So everything has an ending in a computer. So like this, the programming files also have an ending. So HTML is what? HTML is used to build the basic structure of a website. Okay, so HTML used to build the basic structure of a website. All these things are coming like, but a website requires HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. All these three things it requires. But the structure of a website is built with HTML. Structure of the website is built with HTML. So here the index.html I have written. Then I'll actually close this to have more space. So we use VS Code and not your Notepad++ for a reason, because it has got a lot of shortcut. Like one of the shortcut is I'll give a not, and I will can give a tab. I'll give a not, and then I will give a tab. It will give me the whole structure. It will give me the whole structure of a HTML, whole structure of an HTML. Okay, it will give that. Okay, so that is there, and then here I will come and write HTML, this HTML. Okay. And then, so where will this title come and all? So we'll see that thing in some time. Where will this title come? So let me first let you all go through this whole thing. So like, what is this and all? Okay, one more thing. Let me see if someone has filled attendance form. So 13 people are watching from here. Only 8 people have filled the attendance form. Rest of you also please fill the attendance form, which is there in the chat. Please fill the attendance form, or you will not get the certificate. Okay, so let me take you all through the structure. What is the structure? So this structure, like this is the HTML structure, and as I've told, it is very easy to create with VS Code. I just give a knot and the tab, and it created it. So this doc type HTML is there. So what is this doc type HTML? So doc type HTML. So HTML is a templating language. It is like greater than, less than, all these greater than, less than. These things are there. Okay, so this doc type HTML is there. This thing. Okay, what does that mean? This means that it is a HTML version 5. HTML version 5. This Dr. HTML, it means it's a HTML version 5. Then see, you will see this HTML is getting started here and ending here. It is mostly like that only. So HTML language is English starting and ending. So, and the HTML has two things, head part and the body part. Head part is not that much important. Head part, like this, you are seeing this, all things will come from the head, and the body will body will contain like the main thing. Okay, so head part have this title, which we're soon going to see that it will come here. But what it has got something meta is something which you don't have to learn much. Meta is something which is used to do this SEO of our website. Okay, SEO, like search engine optimization. It is generally used by digital marketers. So it is having something like your keywords. We used to, digital marketers used to put keywords in it. So what are these keywords? Like what is this website is all about, like and it is used by Google a lot. So suppose this website is created by actually Microsoft. It has also got some keywords. So when we search in Google, like free code editor, like this, if I search on Google, what will come? See, this website is there on the front page of Google. It means this has got some good SEO. So this is what meta is all about. Meta is used by Google to like index a site and all those things. So meta tag, like meta tag, you can give the keyword and all. Digital marketer domain, not our domain. So title is like HTML. We're going to see whether the HTML will come. Okay, let me do one more thing here. I'll do H1 and HTML crash course. Okay, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, like this I'll do. But so HTML is all about different tags. Okay, I'll do one more thing there. Okay, so heading, this is known as heading. HTML is all about tags. So heading tag, and I'll do a control and backslash on the on the laptop, and it will do something like this. Is known as commenting. You're going to see, like, we're not able to see this thing. Okay, now let me open the desktop. This HTML I have created. So you'll see this index.html. So this is what we have created. So I'll go do a right click and open with, or I directly open it, then it will show it in my default browser, which is Safari, which I don't want to do. So open with I am right now using this is Firefox Developer Edition. I'll open with this, and this is a website is being shown. See this HTML title, it is shown here, and as heading 1 to heading 6, it are shown here. So heading 1 is like a very popular thing. Like here also, see, if you see this thing is a heading 1, this thing is a maybe a paragraph, so this is a heading 2. So these are different things. All the websites are created like that. Heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, heading 6. These are different heading tags. But see one thing, this heading tag, this is not been shown because this is known as comment. Comments are not shown to the end user. Okay, so now I will tell the next thing, which is like a paragraph paragraph tag and control and backslash. Okay, so again, VS Code comes with a lot of shortcut. I'll do a P, press the tab, it will do this thing. Okay, so maybe this paragraph I will put something from here, and I will close it. Save it. But I'm saving it. It is not showing anywhere. Why it is not showing anywhere? Because it will not show directly. You have to like go here, and refresh it, then only it will show. See, paragraph is a paragraph, but it is not like I don't like this way, like to go here every time. If I write anything in the code and save it, it should directly go here. So for that, there is a thing known as live server. Live okay, it is not coming. Okay, live. So this is, you go to this tab. This is a theme tab. This is known as theme tab. So what are these theme tabs? So in not theme tab, extension tab. Extension, you can add some small programs in VS Code. You can add from here. Okay, so I'll go here and live server, I'll go, and then I have to install it. So it will add a small extension in VS Code, which is very powerful. Okay, so the new people have come, so please do fill the attendance form. The new people, please do fill the attendance form, then only you'll get the certificate. Please do, let me also write it. Okay, please do fill the attendance form given above. So please do fill the attendance form given above. Then only you will get the certificate. Okay. So please do fill the attendance form which is given above. So that is there. And now the so I have added that extension. I've added the live server. I've added the live server. Now, what is the benefit of live server? How to use it? See, you will see this go live button here, or you can right click and open with live server. I'll open it with live server. Okay, so it is opening in my Safari. It is opening in my Safari. I don't like Safari, so it will give something like this. So I will click it, and then I will copy it and paste it, and I will do it like this. So it is opening something like this 127. You don't have to learn much, but one thing I will tell: when you done with the project, you please close it from here. Okay, you close it, click it here, and to close it. Okay, so now this P is there. Okay, so I will add another P now, another paragraph tag now. So another paragraph tag I have added. So now another paragraph tag I have added. Now I want to add something in this paragraph, but the thing is that I don't like every time I can get a dummy content like this VS Code, and you should not use this kind of content. I want some dummy content. So there is something known as lorem ipsum in not in VS Code, but lorem ipsum is there. Like let me tell, lorem ipsum is very old kind of text, which is a dummy text, which was used in printing press. When like the printing press was created 200 years back, so a lorem ipsum text was created. With that, you always don't have some news. You always don't have some news. So this lorem ipsum text was used, and that is there inbuilt in VS Code. So what I'll do, and I'll do a write a lorem, and then I will do a tab. I'll do a tab, and then I will see. Okay, so it is been done. It is the dummy test, but see, if you like see it like suddenly, you'll see that this and this are same. You'll not feel like it's a dummy test. Now let us see the power of like this live server. The moment I save it, see, it got refreshed. It got refreshed, and I'm seeing this thing. But if I go back to the one which I have opened from my desktop, it is not yet shown. So I have to do a refresh here. So that is there. So this is how it has been there. Okay, so this is there, and now we'll go ahead and learn about other tags. So heading tags is there. And HTML we teach completely here. All the important tags we will teach. Heading tag, H1 to H6, paragraph tag like this. So there is one thing common in this heading tag and paragraph tag. Then something known as a block level element or block tags. What happens? This all things should have come in the one line, and this thing would have come after here also, but they're coming in a different line, and there is some gap there. There is some gap there. So there are some inline element also, and we're going to see one of the inline element. Like the next tag which we are going to see is the image tag, and image tag is not image tag. Okay, I'm going to see anchor tag. Okay, or link tag. Image tag will see the last. Link tag or anchor tag. Okay, so anchor tags come like this: a, and then href it is telling me. So href, I can give any site thing. Maybe I will wait a sec. I will give. Okay, I'll give my YouTube channel. Okay, actually not 𝐿𝐵𝑑𝑦𝑡, it is 𝐿𝐵𝑑𝑦𝑡. And I'll show one more thing. I'll give you one more anchor tag, and here I will my Instagram, and I will have one more thing here. Target equal to underscore blank, and do IGL, right? I'll save it. I'll save it, and then see. I've got both of these things. So let us understand two, three things here. Two, three things here. Like one thing is there, like everything is like coming in the same line. Everything is coming in the same line, and both of it is not coming in the different line. So in fact, even if I have like this more, it will come in the same line. So that is all about it. So they are known as inline tag. Mm. Everything is inline, same line. But why? And href will contain the website. Okay, href will contain the website in which it will go. twdyt, it is showing like this. 𝐵𝐴𝐴-ig, it is showing like this. So if I like click here, it will open my YouTube channel. So if I click here, see my YouTube channel is been open. Okay, my YouTube channel is been open like this. Okay, so that is there. And if I go back here and click on this window IG, see what will happen. It is opening in the different tab. This is very important. It is opening in the different tab, and I do educative videos and all and everything I do. So you can check it out. Okay, so that is there, and it will open in a new tab. Target equal to underscore blank, and this target underscore blank is very much required because what happens, a lot of websites are out there like YouTube. You are going to, hi everyone, YouTube, you are going to click a comment, you click, it will open in a new tab because no website wants you to go away from its website. So that is like that is there. Okay, so that is like that, that is there. Now the next tags which we are going to learn is the known as the list tags. I'm going to learn, and list tags are like ul is there. In the ul I will have a li. UL means unordered list. Item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. UL, and inside the UL there is li. Li means list item. If I save it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it is showing like this. Similar to the UL, we have OL. OL means ordered list. And it will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. Okay. So like this it is there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is there. Okay. So that is there. And okay, so this is the UL and the OL. Okay, so the next thing which we are going to learn is the form tags. So form tags are actually very important. Form tags are very important. Okay, so form tags are very important because form tags is something which you all might have seen when you registered to facebook.com. You might have filled some form like name, age, and all those things. So that are known as form tag. Form tag is used throughout the web apps. So like you go to Facebook and do a post, that is also through a form tag. Form tag is something, form tags is a group of tags they used to take the user input. So that's why they are very important. So form tag, but before form tag I will tell two more tags. One is the BR and one is the HR. So I'll go to like a HR. HR means a horizontal rule. And see, this tag doesn't have an ending. Most of the tags are starting and the ending. This tag doesn't have an ending. So like this, it will create a line. Another tag is there, which is another BR. BR creates a space like this. Okay. So maybe I will go here and put it inside it, HR and the BR. And then I will have a form tags. Okay. So form tags will have a form. Okay. Form will have, okay, one sec. So this form tag contains form, okay, contains inside the form, and then here I will come and I will have a form tags is a group of input, okay, group of inputs, and uh, contain label. It contain label, and contain something known as a label. And I'm going to tell what is this label. Label I will put as name. Here I'll put as name, and input type text id equal to name, and name equal to name age number age. Save it. See, what is this? See, the label is been like label is been shown like this. Okay, name is like a box, and the age is been shown like this. A box is there, but these two boxes are a bit different. In this, I can like put anything like do and put like this. Okay, and here I can put anything like a number. Then I can use this thing, input type number. I can increase it like this. Okay, I can increase it like this. Okay, so the number I can increase it. So let us go a bit more in this. What is this label and input? Let us go a bit more. See, input tag, I'm sure you all have filled fields like this, okay, sometime or the other, like login, registering in Facebook or something like that you have filled. So what is this label and input? Okay, so they always comes in a pair. Label and input always comes in a pair. This is one pair and this is other pair, but this we know they are a pair, but how do computer knows they are a pair? How the HTML knows they are a pair? So there is some tag known as some attribute known as for an id should be same. For an id should be same. It is name. Here it is age. So then what is this? An input type text, we know, for the text box, input and number for the number. But what is this like name age, name equal to name equal to age? So this is something which will go to the backend. See, when we fill the data, when you fill the Facebook data and click on the submit, those data were taken by Facebook and taken to the server in the US and stored the data there. So your registration information was stored there. So that is what happened. But how to go to the backend and all that, all we teach, but that is a quite bit advanced for right now. That is what advanced for right now. Okay, that all things we teach. Okay, so that is there. So that now the backend doesn't require a lot of things. Like it requires like right now I have written like name equal to Navindu, age equal to 37 I have written. So those two things will go to the backend. I'll show how it will go to the backend, but how the backend works and all. So that is beyond which we are teaching right now. But that is something which you teach on the channel, okay, on our YouTube channel. Okay, so that is something which you teach. Okay, so now these are two things, but you can see here everything is inline. Everything is inline because they are in the same line. Okay, so everything is inline because they're in the same line. Label is inline, input is inline. But if you have gone to Facebook and all, you might have seen everything is in a different line. Although everything is looking very ugly, because for everything to look good, CSS is required, which like next it will be taught. Okay, so now everything will look like this only, but at least we want them to be in different lines. So how do we have them in a different line? So for that, there is a tag known as a div tag. Div. Okay. So I'll do a div, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this inside the div, and I'm going to have another div here, and I'm going to put this inside the div like this. I'll do this, and I will save it. I will save it. Then see, now they're coming in a different line. What is a div tag? Div tag is by default a block level element. It is used to like put some codes together, like put some things like together and all. So put some sections together. So div tag is a block level element, but still they're very close. So let us use a BR also. Yeah, I will. So it is going in the different. So these are two things. we are going to look into some more things, because the form tag is the most important things in HTML. So again, I'm going to do a br and do a div and do a label of for of 𝐿𝑒SSAGE, 𝐿𝑒SSAGE, and there is something known as text area. Name is a 𝐿𝑒SSAGE, 𝐿𝑒SSAGE. I don't know the calls and the rows. And the text area is like it is like a not a self-closing. So you can see like it is there, but the input box is self-closing. Okay. What is a text area? Text area is a multi-line input box. It is very popular because in all the web apps, like in Facebook, you go, LinkedIn, you go, there is a thing in which you make the post. So that is that thing. So this is multi-line. This is multi-line I'm writing. So this is how the thing is there. Okay. So that is there. Now this is how text area is. Now the next thing which we are going to learn is the drop down. So drop down are also very popular, like you always have seen that those things in Amazon and all. So I'll have a div and label I'll have, and for color and color and select name is color and ID is color and the value is red color. But this much blue color, green color, save it. So see, this is a drop down. Again, the label is for and ID is same and name is there, but the value is there because that is what will be sent to the backend. If I select blue color, it will go like this. I'm going to show that color equal to blue, color equal to red, like this, not the blue color and the red color. So this is how the drop down are created. Okay, so now the next thing which I'm going to tell is a checkbox and the radio box, which are very important. So I'll come here and do a VR and H4. What do you own, like this? And then uh, input type check box and name equal to vehicle 1, value equal to bike, and ID equal to bike. Okay, one more thing, I can have input ahead also and label after that also. Label equal to bike I'll do and bike I'll do. So like this. I have one more thing. Vehicle 2, car, 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 car. Save it. This is a checkbox. Hope you all have used the checkbox in Amazon.com. Okay, so what happens if I select this bike? The bike will be selected. I can select both of them also or one of them also. This is what is checkbox is all about. See this again, this value is something which will go to the backend, but this vehicle 1 and vehicle 2 is there. Name is vehicle 1 and vehicle 2. So they are not a group. They are going to go as separate entities. So similar to this, we have like a check. Okay, I forgot to do one thing. I forgot to do div here. So do a via and div here, and here I will. There is one more thing like H4. I'll do a gender. So gender is something which you give with radio boxes a lot. You might have seen that thing with radio boxes. So input type is radio. Those round boxes are known as radio boxes. Name equal to gender, value equal to male, and ID also I will keep it as male, and then label for is ID, whatever ID it will be male, and male like this. Okay, so male, female. No, getting job in the Middle East is not easy. It is much more easier to get job in India. Don't think of Middle East and all. I have students in Middle East also, so it is like very difficult. Better to get job in India. Okay, so Middle East is not. I have students in Dubai and also, so they like tell me like it's like the interview. There are very less companies in comparison to India. India is like IT hub in the world. Okay, so it is much more easier to get here. So other I'll do, and then so male, female, and other is coming, and then I will click here and female and other. Okay, so that is there. So see, the radio boxes are like this, and in the radio boxes, what happens like this? I can select only one of them. Okay, I can select only one. The moment I select the other, the first one is gone away. Here, one more thing which is different than the check boxes is that if you see the gender, it is all same. Here it was vehicle one and vehicle two. So this is thing which we have done. So now one more thing, like before going forward, like I want to tell like two more things here. One is the input. There are some other cool things like HTML has also gone through a major changes in 2015 when HTML version 5 was released. Okay, so someone was telling about Middle East and Dubai ad is shown. Okay, so that is there, and so a lot of input types are were introduced in 2015. Okay, so some of them are there. You can find all of them. I covered a lot, but still, some of them, some more important things are there. See, you don't have to learn HTML completely. So I am teaching all the important things. If something else comes, you can just refer it from this W3C side. Okay, so there is something else also which I want to tell, like input type date is something which I want to tell. So before 2015, it was very difficult to give the input type date. So I will come here to a PR and a div, I'll do, and then label and this. See if I go here, what is this? This is a calendar. You might have given this calendar in Facebook also. And if I click here, I can select anything, my date of birth and all those things I can select. So that is there. Now there is another thing like a BR if I go and a div if I do here, there's a input type file is there. Okay, input type file is there. I'll do and I will save it, input type file. So file input type file, you might have seen this thing in things like your Naukri.com. Upload your resume. Earlier, this kind of things used to be done with JavaScript with complicated logic, but now it is there in the in HTML only. Input type file is there. And then the last thing is there, like how I've written a good form, how to submit it. So submitting is done through button. Okay. But when we are inside a form, we have a special kind of a button. So button only I'll have button and I will have a submit and button tag. Okay, I will also write one more thing, button tag. I can also have a button tag outside of a form. Okay. Button you send. But here I'll have a type equal to submit. Type equal to submit. Okay, type equal to submit I have done. So what is special about this type equal to submit? And whenever you have a button inside a form, you have to write type equal to submit. See, now look closely. I filled all the things because we don't have time. I'm not going to tell again. I filled all the things. Now see two things. One is this and one is this. Okay. So let me make it a bit more and I will submit it. The moment I submit it, something got submitted and this page got refreshed. So everything has gone away. So what got submitted? Let me check. Cut it and then stick here. Okay. So see I just commented it out because I don't want it to go. So see, name equal to Nabendu. See, this is what I have filled. So that's why I was telling this name is very important. Age also has gone. Name message has gone here. Message equal to some some space, something was taken, multi-line and all. Color equal to blue. So this drop down, this is very important. Color equal to blue. This was gone. Then checkbox vehicle 1 and vehicle 2 will go differently. You'll see that. Vehicle 1 and vehicle 2 has given differently. Bike and car. Gender is male. Only one will go. Radio box only one will go. And birthday and file has gone like this. So this is how it is there. And one more thing, this normal send button, if I click on a normal send button, nothing happens. All the logic needed to be done with the JavaScript. But here also a lot of things needed to be done with JavaScript, but it does this special function I wanted to tell. Okay, now coming to the last thing in a HTML. Okay, so one thing. Okay, so we have our image tag because without image nothing is good looking. So I'll have an image tag here, and there are two ways to show image. So I'll have an image src, two ways to one more. So src, so the best way to do image like is go to unsplash.com and get any image, like maybe this image I will get. I'll try to get this, maybe not this one. Okay, this one I'll try to get, and then I will download this. Now download a medium size image I will download, and then I will go here and this image is there and I will write it as unsplash, and then I'll go here and write a I will create a folder called images. It is, you can put it outside also, but I will put it here. So please, I cannot do it in the Hindi because the channel is completely in English and uh, okay. So and a lot of people from South also watch. I will give you some good channeling. Okay, so please follow this channel. Okay, we cannot change like our whole algorithm will go weird. Okay, so we cannot change suddenly. Although we have physical batches in Bhopal which is completely in Hindi, you're always welcome there. Okay, so that is there, we can, suddenly cannot change our channel. Okay, so please go to this channel. This is a very nice channel. Please, you will understand very nicely. Okay, that is there. And one more, I don't remember, but do it. But nobody does like us, nobody does a live thing. Okay, so if you don't know, like half of the India doesn't know Hindi. Okay, so that is there. We have to like go with all of them. Okay, so that is there. So this unsplash.jpg is there. And one more thing, we have English communication things also, because we want you to get a job. You will not get a job with Hindi. So sorry to say, web of signing, you will not get a job in India with Hindi, because the problem is that we teach to do web apps, and web apps it's like very difficult, okay, to get with Hindi. Okay, but that is there. And unsplash, okay, so this unsplash.jpg is there. That's why we have today English also, English communication also towards the end. Okay, so that is there. So unsplash.jpg I'll do, and I will take this to the images. Okay, I'll take this to the images, and I'll put it here. Okay, so then, well, let me write one more thing. So that is there. And so in the image, I can, like, I have put this unsplash.jpg. So how to show this, so here I'll go and do the images and then slash, and then this unsplash dot unsplash.jpg. And here in the alt, what I'm going to write something like I think it's Japan image is there, and that is there. And there is another way to show image, and that way is like to directly give the maybe I will get this one, save, copy image link I'll do, and I can put it. Okay, I'm put it, and src like this I'll do. And so please, this is not a career counseling session, but and this is not an opportunity abroad session. Opportunity abroad, I don't know why you want to go abroad, because there are more jobs in India than abroad, and more better jobs in India than abroad. You can get like better jobs in India than abroad. And data analyst jobs, there are no job, that's a fake field. So I will just going to tell that much, that's a fake field. Data analyst field is a totally fake field. There are no data science or data analyst job in US also. I teach like two of my students also, like in the US. I have like 4 students in the US. Like they do the paid batch, and the thing is that uh, they are doing a data science course, but they are getting the job in like web development only. So most of the jobs are there in web development. Okay, so like I'll like do now. It's no more career related questions. Okay, so this both of these things I've done. So now see what will happen. I will get to see both of the images, one after another. Both of the images I'm going to, although they are very big, I can make it small with width equal to like 400, and height equal to 300. Maybe I'll put it in both of them. Then height, save it. So it will be shown like this. It is there, and width and height. So it can be shown like this. Okay. Those who have career related question, please ask us like in the maybe on the WhatsApp group which you are there. Yeah, most of you might be connecting from the WhatsApp group, or if you're not coming connecting from the WhatsApp group, let me give this thing. Okay. Join from Got it. Absolutely. So we will give all the different all our latest update. We are live. We are have like sessions 365 days. So it is like that. Okay. Join the WhatsApp group. So please join the WhatsApp group, and you'll know more about it. Okay. So that is there. So see, both of the images are being shown like this. And but the thing is that what is this alt tag? What is this alt tag? So you can show image in both of the way. So alt tag is been shown if somehow this image is like not been able to load. Okay, sometimes this image is not been able to load, then the alt tag will be shown. So suppose I cannot stop my like internet right now. Maybe I will make it like wrong and splashed. David, see now the snow is been shown instead of the salt. So different browser behaves a bit differently. Like I will say do it, and maybe I will show. Most of you might be using Chrome. I don't use Chrome that much. So this is Chrome. In Chrome, it generally shows as a broken image and the snow. So it has been shown like that. Okay, so that is there, and we have like completed. We have completed the HTML, and next the CSS will be taken up by another TWD teacher. His name is Mosam. So Mosam will take the CSS from here, and I will give it to Mosam. He will take it from there. Okay. So thank you all. So I will see you on later on. So we have different teachers who will teach different things, like CSS will be taught by Masam, and then JavaScript will be taught by Hari, and English communication will be taught by Shikha. So that is there. And thank you all. So, and
So, hi all, and a warm welcome to all of you on this special bootcamp where we are covering today the communication skills batch also. And that is again a very good thing which is being in a very demand because communication is a very important thing where most of the people fails. So that is again being covered today. And that communication is although related to the need of the developers. So I hope you all will enjoy the session of that part also. And uh, 1 minute, 1 minute. अरे भाई. So there will be total of two attendance form, only two. Okay, one has already been shared, and second one will be shared automatically in the live chat only. So I request you all to please be there. Please attend the complete workshop so that you will get a chance for the participation certificate also. And in this particular session, we have covered HTML basics. CSS basics will be taken by me. My colleague Hari will take the JavaScript basics, and our other colleague will take the communication skills back. So that is again a very beautiful thing that is going to happen today. And now let us start with CSS part. And 1 second. 1 minute. Okay, fine. So let me have the setup first, then we will continue with the. So already we want a image. What I do. Okay, so in CSS we have a image folder also, because at the end we want a image and that image actually takes a lot of time. Okay, the folder we have created, and in that folder we have already imported a image also. So uh, okay, so okay, so already we have an image also. Fine. So now what I will do, let me have the setup ready. So fine. So now let us have some understanding on CSS. CSS is basically cascading style sheet, and it is being managed by W3 schools only till that time, till this time also. And HTML, CSS, JavaScript, both all these three are managed by W3 schools only. And in 1995, all these three languages have come into action. And a major upgrade has been happened in 2015, where the need of responsiveness is required, where CSS Grid and Flexbox have come into action. Fine. So this is how the total cycle goes on. Now, I will take care of CSS basics, and in that basics, what we will see, we will cover the introduction part of CSS, selectors, and colors, classes, IDs, box model, and we will do this kind of list also. And all these things we will take care. And in how many ways we can add CSS. So this all again we will see. Units of measurement, we can have a look also on that thing. So all these things we will see in CSS basics part. So okay. So I hope my voice is audible to all of you by now. And uh, so so these first people are here. So let us have the sessions. So let us start the session now. So Okay, so we have the basic structure ready with me. Now we will see in how many ways we can add CSS. Okay, so there are three ways in which we can add CSS. First one is inline. So I have in the H1 I write inline. Second one is internal. Third one is external. These are the three ways in which we can add CSS. Right. Now, if you see inline, what is the meaning of inline? Inline means in the same line. So directly we apply CSS to the HTML element. Okay. Inline. Inline means in the same line means directly we apply CSS to the HTML element. Here H1 is the HTML element, and in this HTML element we apply CSS directly. Okay. So second is the internal. What is internal? So internal means internally we apply CSS directly to this HTML file. Okay, so we apply this directly to this HTML file. So this is HTML file, and we apply CSS directly to this file. Okay. Now, third is external. Now, what is external? External means we are applying CSS, but somewhere external in external pattern we are applying CSS. So how we are doing this thing? So for this thing, what we are doing, we are creating a file internally, and we establish a connection with the help of link tag, and our file got created. In this is the output, and here, if you see, in this style.css, we apply the external way of CSS. So let me have the way in which I can have the color. So I have background color, and I use a property of RGB. And in this RGB property, let me have the value as 0, 0, 1, 0, and 255. So you can see that in this RGB pattern, I have added the values, and these values gets replicated in the browser. So this is the third way in which you can have the CSS. Now, second versus internal. Second is internal. So internally, we use again the style tag, and in the style tag we apply the same property with some kind of a hash pattern. So you see in this some kind of hash pattern. So we have hash double F double zero double A. So this is how this thing will goes like that. And after this thing, let us take the first form, which is the inline. Inline. So in the inline, as I told you, we apply CSS directly to the HTML element. So again, with the help of the style tag, we are using this. So we use the background color. Uh, and we apply the background color of aqua color. This is the first color we have applied. So in a nutshell, H1 contains the inline. Inline we apply directly to the HTML element, and using a style tag, we use this particular kind of a thing. Inline, internal we apply directly to the HTML file, and external we create a new file, and in this new file we have the CSS property, and with the help of link tag, we link both the files and the CSS will get here. So this is how beautifully the things will go like that. Now, after this type of CSS, let us see selectors. What are selectors? So here, if you see, H3 is the CSS selector. The items, the things in between the curly brackets is called as the declaration. This is the property. This is the value. Okay. So let me show once again. This is the selector. This is the declaration. This is the property, and this is the value. So that is how you can go like that. Now after this thing, let us have a paragraph. So I have a paragraph. Will have a lorem content. So this is the content. Okay, and in this lorem, let us have some basic font properties. So we have paragraph, and we'll use font size of let's say 20 px, and after this font size of 20 px, let me have a line height property of let's say 10 em. So let me have this thing to em. And after line height property, we have the next thing as text decoration to underline and text transform to uppercase, and we have letter spacing to 1 point let's say 9 rem, and similarly we have word spacing to 10 px. Okay, and we have and what else we can have? We have font weight property also. We have font weight to let's say bold, and the last one let us have the font family. These are the basic font properties which is there in front of your screen. So let us discuss all these font properties one by one. Now what does it shows? So in this font properties, if you see, okay, uh 1 second. Okay, so 1 second. So okay, so here font size. Font size. You all know what is font size. Font size is basically nothing but the height of the font. So the first property is font size. Second is the line height. Line height. Line height means the spaces, the gaps between the lines. So this is how I can say like that. Now after the line height property, we have the text decoration. Text decoration. So we have the text decoration to underline. So this is a property. And after text decoration, we have text transform. So text transform to uppercase means all the letters, all the alphabets are into the capital letters. After that, we have letter spacing. Letter spacing means spaces between the letters. So it is nothing but 1.9 rem. After letter spacing, we have word spacing, means spaces between the words. Similarly, we have like that thing also. And after that, we have a font weight. Font weight means the thickness of the font. This is like that also. And after that, we have font family. Now, what is this font family? Font family is nothing but the style of the font, the look of the font. So here, by default, a minimum of 3 font we need to use. And in this font, if you see here, the first one is the Arial font, second one is the Helvetica font, and third one is the Sans serif font. Now, Arial, Helvetica, and Sans serif. Why there is a need of minimum 3 fonts? So, Arial is the primary font, Helvetica and Sans serif are the secondary font. Okay, so this is why it can be there. Now, what is the need of primary and secondary font? So again, this is a very important question. And in this, if you see uh, primary and secondary, so primary font is a font which is being taken up firstly, and the secondary fonts are being taken up secondly. So let me explain you with that for example. So here, if you see, so here, if you see, uh, if suppose Google Chrome does not support Arial font. Okay, so it will automatically pick up the next available font, which is the Helvetica and the Sans serif font. And suppose Google Chrome, the Microsoft Edge does not support the Arial font. Okay, so it will automatically pick up the next available font, which is the Helvetica font. And suppose Microsoft Edge does not support Arial and Helvetica font, so it will automatically pick up the next available font, which is the Sans serif font, which is the third one. So, anyways, when you are preparing a web page, you need to design your web page in a minimum of 2 fonts, because these days so many browsers are available, and it is not possible for every browser to support each and every kind of a thing which is available, right? So it's a need that we need to design your web page minimum in 2 fonts. Okay. Now after this thing, uh, let us see Google fonts also, because these days Google fonts are also being used a lot, and Google font are actually the new fonts. So let us have a look at the Google font. So we have, so you can see this is the Google fonts. Let us check this font. Seems good. Import it. So here, the name of the font is Gentle Sans, and let me remove this. So you can see how beautifully it looks like that. So that is the beauty, that is the importance of Google Fonts. Okay. Now, after this thing, 1 minute. Okay, so we have seen colors also, but something is left in colors. So let us see that thing also. So, uh, so, okay. So this font looks very good, very nice, and uh, 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 and okay. So let us have another font also, another paragraph. So here, let me have a lorem. Okay. So now what is happening here? This particular set of style, what we have given to the first paragraph, this paragraph also applies to the second one. Why it is going on? Because there is no bifurcation, there is no clarification, there is no differentiation as which set of style needs to be given to which paragraphs. So because there are one style which are given to paragraph tag P and there are two paragraphs. So for this problem, 1 minute. So in order to overcome from this problem, classes and IDs has been introduced. Okay. Classes and IDs have been introduced. So let us have a class here top and ID here of bottom. Now, what are classes and what are IDs? So classes and IDs are basically used to target the HTML element. Okay. Classes and IDs both are used to target the HTML element. First thing, but same class can be used multiple times. Okay. But ID can only be used one time. So this is the main difference. And dot is used to highlight the class and hash is used to highlight the ID. So let us see how we are doing this. So we have P dot top. Now P. This particular set of style only restricts to the first paragraph. Now for the bottom, P hash bottom font size of, let's say, so it is getting applied to the second one. Okay, so that is how it works like that. Now, no. Okay, so let me comment out this thing. And here, what I do, let us switch to the next topic, which is called as the box model. So, a box model contains of four things. Okay, first one is the content. So, this is the content. After the content, we have the padding. After padding, we have a border. After border, we have a margin. So this is the structure of a box model. Okay. So here in the box model, we have a font size, we have a padding, we have a border, and we have a margin. So this is the center content. After the center content, we have the outer space. This space on all the side of the content is basically called as padding. Padding means the space around the content. Okay. So this is called as the padding. Now after padding, we have a border. Now you can see a border. After border, we have margin. Margin is the space outside the border. This is space called as a border. Okay. Now after this thing, let us see the thing where if I want to use the padding and margin separate for separate sites. What do we do? Okay. Okay, so if I have written here padding in the left of, if I use 10px, padding in the top 20px, padding in the right 30px, padding in the bottom, let's say 40px. Okay, so here what we did, we have the in the space outside the content different for different size. Okay. So here, if I want different space outside the content on different size, so I use padding top, padding left, padding bottom, and padding right. So this is the top, right, bottom, and left. So that is how it works like that. Now after this thing, similarly I can use this for margin also. So here I can use for margin top, margin left, margin bottom, margin right. Okay. So here, if you see, on all the four directions, we have different margins available. So this is how you can use the margin on all the four sides differently. So that is how it works like that. Okay. Now after this padding and margin, there is a one more method in which you can have this thing. If I use padding of 20 and 40 px. So 20 px is for top and bottom, 40 px is for left and right. So that is how we can calculate this thing. Similarly, we can have for margin also. We can have margin 40 px, okay, and margin 20 px. So margin 40 px for margin 40 px for top and bottom, and 20 px for left and right. So that is how it works like that. Now after this padding, margin, and box model, let me have let us switch to the styling of list. Okay. So we have a div h2 ul and li into fix. So this is the structure we are looking after. But once again, so this is the structure we are looking after. Okay. Now after this thing, one second. So here, so here the structure will be like that, and here a div, and we have the read as the header, and after this thing we have a ul, and we don't want to click functionalities, so I write hash here. Okay, because we don't want to go anywhere, so I write hash here. Okay, and after this thing, what I do, I write the content here as red, green, orange, purple, blue. So these are the colors which what we have written. Now after this thing, if you see, this is the anchor tag and channel. Okay, fine. Now we have to have a parent class trees. So this is the entire structure. And in this entire structure, if you see, okay, in this entire structure, if you see, we have the parent div with the class categories, and we have the header h2, which have the content as category, and after that we have our ul, and inside ul we have li, and after inside li we have anchor tag. So this is the entire structure what is going on here. Fine. Uh, now let us pick up each and every item and we will do the style. So that is how things go like that. So what I do is, let me pick up the parent class categories, dot categories, and here in dot categories, what I do, let me have a border of 5p. But one thing if you have noticed, by default this category h2 will have a pink sort of a color. So because we have given the background color here, so that is why it is coming like that. Let us comment out, and here, okay. So okay. So what I do, let us have this particular font, Tantal San. And here what I do, dot category h2, text transform to uppercase, and text align center, text align center, okay. And what else we can have? Okay, so what else we can have? So let us have a rough styling, then we will do it perfect. So after that, what we'll do is dot categories, and I should have for the UL list style to none, padding of 0, and after that, what else we can have? We can have for dot categories anchor tag decoration to none, and the font color will take as black. And here let me remove the padding on the 0. But after that we have padding in the left of it, so it can be X and PX seems good. And this border will use a border radius property of, let's say, 10 px, so that this edges will get sharpened. And this anchor tag, so we'll use a margin in the bottom of it, px. Oh, sorry. This command is not for here. Dot categories L I, margin in the bottom of, let's say, 20 px, and border bottom of, let's say, 1 px dotted with blue color, and um, what? Okay, so let us add a hover property also. So for this thing, 1 second, a hover property. So 1 minute. Hover property. Hover property we will apply on the anchor tag. Dot categories, anchor tag, hover, and here in the hover, uh, hover will change the background color to red. As soon as you move your mouse on the anchor tags, so the background color will change to red. And let me have increase in the font size to, let's say, 20 px. Okay, so increase in the font size also looks good. And in the H2, let me have a line height property. The space will get reduced. So that is how the styling of list is completed. Okay. So now I will hand over my session to my colleague Hari, and Hari will take you through the basics of JavaScript. So hi Hari, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Hello. Is my voice is audible? Is my voice is audible all? Hello.
Yes, Hari, I can hear you. Go ahead. Some technical issues we are facing, so please be here with us for a minute. So, Hari, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. I'm not able to share the screen, sir. If I share the screen, it portal is not sharing.
So please do the screen share.
I'm sharing, sir. It is hanged.
Now I see your WhatsApp chat.
Can you able to hear my voice and screen?
Mm, Please say something, Hari.
Sir, now my screen is visible. Okay, I think it's not visible for me. Can anyone tell it in the chat box? Is my voice and screen is audible? Can you able to see my screen? Can you able to screen this one?
Yeah, now you're Hari.
Sir, the screen. Sir, while sharing the screen, the portal start to not working. Can you able to hear my voice? Okay, so can you able to see the folder? Everyone, can you able to see my folder? At my side, it is just stopped hanging. I think everyone is start. It says page and response. Okay, so just a minute. I will check it my YouTube. Guys, wait for 2 minutes. Okay. Sir, it is visible. It is clear now once I get into the Meet. But if I started to share the screen, it is not working. It is start hanging the portal. While sharing the screen, it is not working.
Hari, can you hear me?
Sir, is my voice is audible?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Hari?
Yes, sir. While sharing the screen, the portal start to hang, sir.
Hari, do one thing. You turn off your video and then do the screen share. Yes, now do the screen share.
It is hanged now, sir. Hello? Yes, sir.
Let it hang now, but we have to see the screen now. Let it hang. I will reply on the chat.
Okay, sir. That's why I'm checking with YouTube whether everything is sharing correctly or not. Just a minute, sir. Can you able to hear my voice now? Yes, sir. Okay, so only the screen is hanging. No, sorry for it. Okay, so I will start the JavaScript class. Okay, so I will see your comments in the YouTube channel. Okay. Okay. Folder. I'm just creating a folder. Okay. So we will open inside this folder. We will open with JavaScript. Okay, we will go with JavaScript. In the next 1 hour, I'm going to take a JavaScript class. It's from 4 to 4:50 now. It's going to be 5:50. We're going to get a JavaScript class. Whatever the doubt that you have regarding JavaScript, you can ask me in the chat box. The portal is not working, but I can able to answer you in WhatsApp. Oh, sorry, in your live chat. Okay, so through, yeah. Okay. So before that, I will just create my folders. What are the folders we need is we need only index.html to our basic structure of our file, and we need style.css. Okay, and then we need app.js. Okay, so these three folders, these three files we need it, and .html is an extension for HTML, .css is extension for CSS, and app.js, this JS is an extension for JavaScript file. Okay, style.html and app.js. So do one thing, we will create a boilerplate first of all, and we will create an what we can do, we will create a body tag, and with the background color, of something aqua. Okay, we will create it and we will link our CSS with HTML. So I just link the CSS with HTML like this, and now I share open with live server. Okay. Okay, I think yeah, I think it is now working fine. So yeah, now we can go ahead. It is working fine. So what does that means? Like if you have any doubts, you can ask it in the chat box. I will reply through the chat box and I will communicate with you. Okay, so now everything is fine. Thank God. Okay, fine. So what I'm going to do, I just created an HTML file with an h1 tag. Okay, and here I just say hello world. Hello world. Okay, so the universal welcome for programming language that we have typed, and we have created a body tag and we added the aqua color. And inside this app.js, JS is then extension for JavaScript. Okay, inside this app.js file only we're going to write all our JavaScript code. Okay, so what are the topics that we're going to cover today? So we have only 1 hour. So it is 4:50. The 5:50 is going to be React classes. So we have only 1 hour. So in this 1 hour, we're going to discuss about what is JavaScript and actually what is the thing that it is solving in the front end. Okay, we're going to discuss about, and wherever you go, you can able to see JavaScript, 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 right? Either it may be the core JavaScript or it may be any frameworks or any other related thing that is related to JavaScript. You will clear it, right? So as a developer, you will create, you will came with this word .js, right? Either React.js, AngularJS, Vue.js, Node.js, JavaScript, like that you will create it, right? So everything is comes from the JavaScript only. So actually, what is it? So there are so much of jargons is that when it comes to JavaScript. So we're going to clear all our jargons and we're going to fundamentally going to strong with this 1 hour. Okay, so what is the 1 hour that we're going to discuss? We're going to discuss what is JavaScript and why it is used for and how it is evolved and what are the things that I can learn in JavaScript. That's what we're going to see here. And again, a disclaimer that I can say, the 1 hour is not enough to become a pro JavaScript, or you can do so much of things in JavaScript within a 1 hour. That is a fake promise. I'm not able to give that. Okay, so this 1 hour is a get started. Okay, so just to get started, what you can do at the end of JavaScript class, I will tell what are the things that you need to focus and where you can focus, and everything as at a free of cost. I will tell it to you and you can follow that and you can excel it. Okay, so simply I will give you the guides too. Okay, fine. So before that, I need two questions. Is that you can tell it and you just answer the questions in chat box. How many of you already know JavaScript, right? I know some basics JavaScript, sir. I created some to-do application. I created some carousels like that. So I created something. I know what JavaScript do exactly in the front end, like that. How many of you are there like that? Okay, so if you are already know JavaScript a little bit, type in the comment box, just little bit in the comment box. And if you are a complete beginner, I don't know what is JavaScript it is, I'm completely new for this web development field. If you are new here, just type it, I'm new, like that in the chat box, quick. Okay, because based on this only the class is going to be deferred. The next 1 hour you're going to have the topics. Okay, if most of the peoples are from new, then you will get a very basics foundational understanding. You will get the 1 hour with a customized manner. So otherwise you will get something little bit different. Okay, so tell it in the chat box. If you are new, tell it is new, or you already know little bit, then you can tell like sir, I know little bit, I created this, like that. Okay, so I get a response new. Okay, so one vote for new. Okay, so this entire 1 hour and this entire workshop at this bootcamp is completely for the persons who are want to kickstart with a career with their web development. Okay, so if you are completely new here, welcome. So this will give you a whole idea about what you want to learn and how to learn and exactly what you need to focus. That's one thing. I know some basic steps are, but confident about it because I don't know exercise coding in JS. That's fine. So that is also fine. So two things I want to clear you. If you have some knowledge in some other programming language like Python, C++, Java, whatever it is, that traditional programming language that teacher in the college, if you have some any programming language experience, well, that is not going to, that's going to have some basics, you have some basic knowledge, that is absolutely fine. But don't compare that syntax with JavaScript. JavaScript is completely different. Okay, so first advice, so don't compare the languages with this language, it is going to be completely different. First advice. And second one, if you are new here, then you are welcome, you will going to get everything that you want to kickstart. Okay, so you will get everything at the end of JavaScript class. And if you know some basics concept, then probably you know what is JavaScript and it is used for the front end. But most of the basics are beginner level, even the pro level or developers in JavaScript, they have some, they don't understand actually what is JavaScript it is. We know that how it works, but actually we don't understand what is JavaScript and how it is internally working. So what is the fundamental things, how it is happening, it's not the why, it's not that. I will going to explain that. Okay, so it will help you to clear out all your 40% of the interview questions regarding JavaScript. Okay, so 40% it comes from the theory basis of JavaScript, like so much of not the concept oriented, the fundamental oriented, how JavaScript is working, how JavaScript is executing, like that. Okay, so it's going to clear out that solution. Okay, so for those who are know the basics language, it is going to helpful for you. Okay, and new, this workshop is for you, you can just watch it. And if you know some other programming language, just forgot all the programming language and just understand the concept, that's fine. Just forget it out. Okay, so this syntax is going to be completely different, and this 1 hour we're going to discuss the work in JavaScript, not going get into the concepts. Okay, so at the end of the day I will tell where you can learn the concept with an ordered manner. Okay, so I will going to give you, not we are going to teach the concept, because if I started to teach the basics like what is variable, data types and function, the 1 hour will complete. Okay, so that is why we are not going to touch that one. We're going to see the what are the things that necessary to kickstart a career towards JavaScript. We're going to discuss it. So in between, whatever the doubts or any jargons that is probably in my mind, it is stopping me to do work in JavaScript. So if you have any question like that, tell it in the chat box. We will discuss it. Okay, and I will tell the answer for that question. Okay, so now let's get started towards JavaScript. And this screen, you can able to see this screen, right? It is my Ream Studio. This is what hanged now. So what I can able to see all your chats here. So if you have any jargons, like I have some this questions that is literally disturbing me, I don't understand what it is, like that. If you have any questions regarding that, you can ask it in the chat box. I can see it and I can tell the comments. And this one is going to be our working file. We're going to work it. Okay, well, let's get started with the JavaScript. I will come to the screen frequently. You can tell it in any time. Okay, I will reply all your comments. Okay, because 1 hour, let's make it more interactive, and whatever the doubts you have, just communicate through it in the live. Okay, fine. Okay, so yeah, first let me discuss what we have done. We know we created an HTML, CSS and JavaScript file. And why we are created HTML, CSS, JavaScript externally? Because keeping the code separate is a good one, right? So HTML code is different file, CSS code in different file, and app.css code is a different file. There is a principle called the distributive principle, so which means keeping things not together, keeping things separate, it will make so much of the work easier. So if I have any errors in my JavaScript code, I just go to JavaScript code and I can change it. I don't want to go for HTML code and I don't want to change JavaScript. That is complete nonsense, right? So but when we are working with internal inline CSS, we need to go for HTML file to change CSS. It is not that good and not a recommended way. So that's why I am telling having an external file is well and good. So that's why we have created an external files. And this whole concept is going to be changed when you learn React, but that's fine. Let's come to here. So we have HTML file here, CSS file here, and you know this HTML file, this is the HTML file, right? So if I want to add the CSS file with my HTML file, what we need to do, we need to use a tag called link. RVL is the relationship. You need to mention the relationship is a style sheet, and href is an attribute, and what is the file name that you want to add. So once you add it and if you save it, you can able to see whatever the change that you're going to make here, it is going to affect this HTML page, right? For example, if I say the h1, whatever the h1 tag is there, and it's going to be the font size of 30 pixel, let's make it so not so big. I just say 70, like this. You can able to see we are making the things changes. Whatever the change that we are doing, it is going to reflect in our HTML page, right? So that's what CSS will do. Same like that, I need to connect this app.js, because this is JavaScript file. I need to connect it with my HTML file. Why I need to connect with my HTML file? Because it is the foundation, it is a structure of a website, right? So whatever you are doing, it's going to be connect with the structure foundation. If you are building a building, so HTML is like a building, and if you want to paint it, then you go and paint the building only, right? So you need to connect with HTML. If you want to do some functionality, for example, opening the door and closing the door and adding windows and making some fan choose light switch, if you someone switch it, something is to happen, right? So everything that connects with this HTML, so building is the base, right? So same like that, I need to connect my app.js. So where I can connect? Well, you can connect it in the head also, and also you can able to connect it in the body also. But the recommended way is you need to connect JavaScript at the bottom of the body tag. You can see this is the body, this is the closing of the body tag. You can add JavaScript here. Why it is recommended way? Well, for that we need to understand what is actually JavaScript it is. So I will give you it in a one line, and I will explain the JavaScript concept much more deeper further. So first one line. So what is JS? JavaScript is nothing but it is going to manipulate HTML and CSS. It is going to change HTML and CSS. Let us take the example building. So if you construct a building, so the HTML is a building, and if whatever the painting and the decoration things and the alignments things, where the sofa need to come, where the mirror need to come, like that, everything is a CSS, where you need to position it, where you need, how it looks, and just simply the design and the how it is aligned, designing, and how it is looking. That is what CSS will do. What is JavaScript? It's adding functionality to your website. So which means, for example, by default, what can I say, by default the fan is off. Okay, if you go and switch on the fan, what will happen? So the fan will started to swing, right? Same like that, JavaScript is adding functionality. Okay, so what I want to do, I just want to listen for the user interaction. For example, if someone clicks this button, I need to do something. So those actions, those interaction, those functionality will achieve with HTML. Sorry, which achieve with JavaScript. How it is achieving? Achieving by changing the static things. What is static? HTML and CSS. If you're creating a website with HTML and CSS only, it is called a static file, because we can able to see, but if you make any interaction, it will not do anything, right? So that is static file. We can able to see only. Okay, we cannot interact with the website. But with the help of JavaScript, we can able to manipulate the static website. If you click it, a drop down will come. If you click it, a nav bar will come. If you click it, and it will hide the element. If you click it, it will delete element. If you click it, if you add an element, whatever the interaction that you're going to work with the website, it is going to be done by JavaScript. Okay, with how, because it is going to manipulate the HTML and CSS. If you click, a new tag will be open, a new div is going to create. Inside the div, we're going to have an ULLI, that is the drop down. If you click, a new cart is a product cart need to be add, so that is a new tag. So there is HTML and CSS. So that's everything is what JavaScript will do. Okay, and this one you can able to see the double slash. So the double slash is nothing but comment. So in HTML, you will see what is comment, right? So whatever you are mentioning inside the comment, it will not reflect in the browser. Same like that, the comment in JavaScript, whatever we're going to write it here, it will not reflect. If I normally write it like this, it is going to reflect. Okay, but if I write with the single line comment, it is not going to reflect. That is the comment it is. Okay, so it is used for keeping notes and communicating with the code developers and structuring your files, documenting your code and everything. Okay, it will really helpful in debugging. So that's what we are doing that. Fine. So what is JavaScript is going to do? Well, it is going to manipulate HTML and CSS. Now the question arises. Here you can see why I want to add it in the body of the tag. Well, what JavaScript is going to do, it is going to manipulate HTML and CSS. So if it is going to manipulate HTML and CSS, then I need to run, once the internet, if someone reaches my website, I need to run my website. I need to run HTML and CSS first. Then only I need to run JavaScript. Why? Because JavaScript is going to manipulate HTML and CSS. For that, I need HTML and CSS before itself, right? So that is the reason we are adding it in the body. Okay, not only this. Okay, so adding, sorry, not body, we need to add a script tag. Script SRC. You can able to see the script SRC, right? Okay, so this is the tag that you want to add. Simply inside the script, closing tag, and you need to have an SRC. Inside this SRC, you need to tell the file, which file you need to add. So app.js is the file name. So once you added it, you need to save it. So now what is going to happen, once all the HTML content and the CSS content is completely finished, then only the JavaScript code is start to execute. If you add your JavaScript file in top of it, it will also work. But in some cases, what will happen means JavaScript started to run quicker. So it will started to run before HTML and CSS is going to load. So it will cause us some of the functionality will not work in your browser. So that is one reason. And second reason, adding so much of tags in your head tag, it's actually slow down your process. Okay, because why it is means, inside this head tag is mainly used for optimizing your website in the Google internet, not only Google, in the search engine. So most of your information is going to be useful. Whatever the information that you are entering in the head, it is useful for the search engines. Okay, so it is good to add your file, JavaScript file here. Okay, so that is the main reason. Fine. So you need to add it in the body tag. Okay, fine. Well, so now what we're going to do, I need to know whether my JavaScript file is successfully added or not, right? Because in CSS, we can give some style for body and we will check it. So if it is added, it will be work. If it is not added, it is not going to work. That's what happened. How can I check whether my JavaScript file is added or not? So for that, you need to right click here, go for the browser, right click here, click for inspect, and you can able to see so much of tools here. So this is called as browser tools. What is this? These all are called as browser tools, and this will helps in working with building an application. So it is going to really helpful. For example, you can able to see all your HTML code here. You can see a head tag is here and a body tag is here. If I click the body, you can able to see our hello world is here. If I hover over this tag, you can able to see that it will hovering it, right? So it is really helpful. If I click this one here, you can able to see all your CSS. So by default, I give the font size 70 pixel. If I want to increase and check, I just, for example, I don't know what is the exact font size I want. Okay, so while I'm coding in CSS, I'm writing 70, it is look big. If I write 60, it is also look big. I want some font size that is between the range of 30 to 40, 30 to 50. How can I find? How can I find it? If I write 30, it will become so small. How can I find it? Well, here you can use it. Simply go here and just click here, and you can here just click the arrow icons. You can able to see. Okay, so this is so huge. This is so huge. I think this is fine. Okay, so what is the font size I want? It is 45, and I just go and I change it here 45. Fine. See, that's it. We can save it. So whatever changes you are making here, it is temporary, and you can able to see it. And here you can able to see all your CSS and whatever the box model sizing property that you have. And here inside this computer, if you go means you can able to see if you write some relative units, like instead of pixel you write percentage rem, you can able to see the calculated value of those units, like that you can. So this is for HTML and CSS. For static website building, it is really helpful, saves a lot of time. And here what we need, and second one, that is going to be the console. So that's console. What is this console? Well, in the console only where we can get all our errors, warnings, and we can use the console for debugging also. And this page is so dynamic. Whatever you are writing, it will throws the result of it. For example, I want 3 plus 5, 3 plus 6. If I ask for it, you can able to see 6. It is giving. So it is dynamic. So if you give something inside here, it will give the result of that. Okay, that's what it is. That's what it will do. This is going to be do. So here you can able to check if our JavaScript file is successfully added or not. How? Well, let us see that. If I make, instead of app.js, if I say app, I given 3p. Okay, if I save it, you can able to see we are getting something in red color. So in programming, the color of red is indicating the error, right? You can able to see it is indicating error. What it is saying, you can see get, it is going to get something, and it is telling that here it is saying app.js, it is an error is here. And you can able to see the file name, index.html is the file name, and the error is coming from 53 line. You can able to, not 53, it is not in the 53 line. Okay. Okay, no problem. So it is just telling that I'm not able to get it. If you add this correctly and if you save it, you will not get any error. Okay, so you can cross check it whether it is working or not, or any error is there or not, because it is necessary. Just imagine you write all your CSS but you don't link to your HTML. How it is look? It's even more bad, right? Same like that, you added all your functionality but not linked with your HTML tag. It's like adding fan and TV and AC, everything not for your home instead of somewhere else. It is not that great work, right? So first you need to add it, and once we add it, it can able to check it, and you can able to see some yellow color. This is a warning message. It is not come from our website. It is coming from the Google. Okay, so which means my browser, because of some extension that I have downloaded it, it is giving that. So I can just clear it out. You can able to see here, if I click it, it will be clear it. So what can we do now means we can able to access this console in our JavaScript file. How can we access? So for that, we have a method called console.log. So what is this method? So well, this console.log is a method. With the help of this method, you can, whatever you are giving inside this two curved braces, it is going to reflect here. For example, if I write what has happened, if I write 5 plus 4, it will giving the answer, right? So exactly same, whatever you are writing here, it is same like here. So let us consider this space. this two curved braces inside the space is exactly same this space. For example, if I write 7 plus 9 in the console, you can able to see the answer 16. You can able to see exactly the same thing. And if I give any string, for example, I just say hello world. What is meant by string? Well, if you in programming, like if you want to write a word, okay, a sequence of character, a word, then you need to wrap it with double quotes or single quotes. Okay, so because it is a word, okay, so you need to wrap it. So I just tell hello world. You can able to see we are getting hello world here. Okay, so with the help of this, we can able to debug it. What is meant by debugging? Well, you are writing something and you need to know whether it is written correctly as I like. For example, if I creating something and I need to know whether it is created or not, I'm not able to go and check inside the computer whether it is created or not, right? So something I need to check it. So that is what debugging is. Simply, if you have some error, any errors, you can go to the previous code and you can able to check it whether it is working properly or not. This line is working properly or not, and this line is working properly or not. Like that, you can able to check it. And once you check it, if you found any errors, then you can solve it that place. That is what it is. And this console log we're going to use most in our development phase, and it is going to be really helpful. And this tool is going to be really, this browser tool is going to be used for most of our time, so we're going to use it. Okay, so this is the second one. That's it. These are all the prerequisites that we want. Now let us come to JavaScript. Okay, JavaScript. I just told simply about what is JavaScript it is, and we don't know exactly how it is doing and everything, right? So JavaScript, what is called as JavaScript first of all? So JavaScript is called as client-side scripting language. So what is mean by client-side scripting language? I don't know what is client. I don't know what is side scripting. I only know language. It is some programming language, right? So what is mean by client-side scripting? What is mean by that? So then JavaScript is not a programming language. Well, initially when JavaScript was introduced, it is called as client-side scripting language only. So what is mean by that? Okay, first we need to discuss that, then we will move on to the next question. So what is mean by client? Let's see that. So if you want to create a website or a web app, so what is mean by the difference between website and web app? For example, what is the difference between creating a blog website and creating a something like progressive like Instagram? So what is the difference? A blog is a website, Instagram is a web app. Okay, so what is the difference? A website is a simple static page where we can use, and a minimum server work will be there, and it's just mostly useful for like what I can say, like simple works. Okay, so that we can do a newspaper website, blog website, portfolio website, so much of things. Okay, so simply most of the work is simple. Okay, only some of the work we need to connect with some APIs and we need to create it. That's what it is. And a web app is something different. It is a web application. It is so dynamic to the users. It has so much of algorithm, progressive work will be there, and we need to so much of backend work will be there, and we need to create it. That's what web app is. Okay, so for creating these two things, the process is going to be same. So it is categorized into two types. One is going to be the front end, and another one is going to be the back end. So what is the difference between front end and back end? What is actually this? Well, front end is nothing but it takes care of the user interface. So what is user interface? Well, right now you are watching this video in YouTube, right? How was YouTube looks? You can able to see the video, comment section, like section, subscribe section, the channel name, and you can able to see the live chat and other video recommendation, how it is looking. That is called as user interface. So it is pleasant, it is look good. So simply the front end part is building a home, and you can just see how good the home it is, right? So that's what the front end part. And what is going to be the back end part? The back end part is like a server side work. We can say the back end work is the logical part. So what is maybe logical part? For example, you are creating an application. Let us take you are creating an e-commerce application. So how the website is looking, it is the front end, and how it is working, that is the back end. For example, you are buying some product and it will go for ad product, and you are once you've done that, you are making some payment, your amount is debited from your account to someone accounts, and the order is confirmed. And once it is done, you can able to see how the order is traveling and where exactly the order is there. Like that, you can able to see it. And once that is done, once you received an order, you can able to comment in your order, like review your order, and you can able to put so much of things. What is this? This is the logic behind it. Okay, so simple terms I can say, depends upon which website that you are creating, the logic is going to be different. For example, you are creating a blog website. What is the logic? Okay, so we have an admin pan, so where they can able to edit and they can able to post it, and once the admin is posted, it need to come to the user panel and it need to show the blog. That's what it is, information sharing, first one. And if you are creating an newsletter, a landing page, then you need to add email address and the phone number of the person visiting your landing page. And once the user entered their email and phone number, password, once they submitted it, you will collect the data, right? So that is the backend work. Okay, so something, what is actually a website is built for, meant for, that is going to be the backend work. Okay, so that's what backend work will be do. And now come to what is server side. So this front end work is called as client side work. So what is client? I am the client, you are the client. So the person who are using a website at an end user, they're going to be the client. Right now you are using YouTube, you are the client for YouTube. So how it is looking for you, that is the matter, that is the client side work. And what is a backend is going to be the server side work. So what is a server? Well, you are making something. For example, right now you search the TWD and the YouTube, what it will do, it will get the TWD, the web dev, as a request, and it will go for the YouTube server. The server is the person who takes your information and travel through the internet and find the response for you, and it will give back to you. So if you go for YouTube and you are writing the web dev in the YouTube and you click search, and what will happen, the request is taken by the server. Which server? YouTube server. And it will taken by the YouTube server, and the YouTube server, where it will go for the place where the channel is registered, and it gets stored. So what is the place is called? It is called as database. So in the database you can able to see the web dev channels, and it will come with the request and it will show to us. Okay, so and once you can able to see it, and then what you can do, you can able to go with this process, the server taking the request and go for the database and searching for the information. If it is there, if it is exited, then it will come again and it will give you a response. This process is called as backend work, and this is called as server side work. Okay, this what it is, and that is how it is. Let's see, if I want to create a website, what all are the tech stack I want to use? Well, I need HTML. This is going to be the basics and the foundation structure for a website. And I need CSS. Well, it need to look good and I need to do it. And the next thing we need a server. So with the help of this, we can able to create a static website, and we need a server. So why server? So where is that I need to build? No, you can buy the server from any third party, or you need to, if you want to build your own server, it takes, you can able to see in the movie, right? So you can able to see some hardware that has so much of wires, keep separated, right? So they are the servers, they are communicating through the internet, depends upon that. Okay, so most of the servers you will get from the hosting where you are buying, you can get it. Okay, so first one. And second one is going to be, we need a language. This is going to be a programming language. We need a language that speaks with server. Okay, speak with server, not client. A language that speaks with server. So what are the language that speak with server? Well, all the traditional language, most of them Python, Java, C++, the backend, it will speak with the browser. So any other programming language, it will need it. And what is the final one we need? We need a database. So what is database? What is a database? A database is nothing. What is database? A database is nothing but the storage unit, right? So while you are purchasing the server, you can purchase the database also. So it is you can able to get it from third party also. You can get it. So it is a virtual place where you can able to store all your data, and you can store it where you like to store it. You can do. So the most common things are MySQL, MongoDB, PostgreSQL, and cloud. If it is a cloud comes through, you can see DynamoDB. Like so much of things will be there. Based on that, you can buy it. Okay. So right now, what we need, just imagine, where is JavaScript? We have HTML and we have CSS. We need a server, we need to buy it, a programming language that speaks with the server. But I say JavaScript is not a programming language, it speaks with only client side. Just going to speak involve the work is going to be in the front end part, not in the back end part. So in the back end, we're not going to use, when JavaScript was introduced, it was not used in back end. Okay, remember that it is only used for front end purpose. And why actually we need it? Why actually we need it? So for that, you need to understand how the web is working. How the web is working. So how it is working means, when, let us go for a website called Wikipedia, and you can able to see what is the logic of this website. It will provide information, articles about whatever the topic that you are searching, right? So if I just go here and if I started to type what we can type, the web dev, something like this. If I type it, you can able to see the pages get reloaded. So why the pages get reloaded? Because it is time consuming process. The server is taking the request, go for the Wikipedia database and giving information to that. Okay, so that is why the page is reloaded. So it is a time taking process. And what has happened, you can able to see it will created a new page, an entirely fresh HTML page, and it will give the information about the web dev that we have searched for. So let us search for Thor. Okay, so you can, it will give the Thor, prominent god of Germanic Palestine. It will give you some information, right? So what will happen? You can able to see a fresh Wikipedia page, an entire different HTML page is served. So what is happening means, once you are requesting some request, once you are in a home page, okay, or in a home page, and you are requesting some request, and what will happen? The server takes the information and it will come up with a fresh HTML page. It's what it will do. The fresh HTML page it will give. So right now you can able to see it. That is what happened. So it is working, right? So what is mean by that? So in olden days, how the web works means, whatever you are asking, whatever the interaction that you are going to make, it need to communicate to the server and it will produce a new page for you. Okay, if you are clicking a button, it will go for the server, the page will get reloaded and it will produce a fresh page for you with the updated page. We can say the updated page. That's what it will do. So simple terms, let us understand how it is worked means, if you are in Facebook or Instagram, you are liking something, the page will get reloaded and it will give the updated page like you liked it. So right now 13 like will be there. Right now it is 14 like because you liked it. Like that, the page will get reloaded. Okay, and you commented something, the page will get reloaded, and whatever the interaction that you're going to make, the page is going to reload. Not only reload is an example I'm giving. Okay, without reloading also we can able to communicate with servers, but I'm telling an example. So then what is the problem with it? Why we need to avoid this? Well, the problem with it, simply understand that we are not able to produce a dynamic website. Why? Because I want an updated website, then I need to communicate with the server only. I need to create it and I need to bring back to you. It is a time consuming process. And in older days you can able to get something like network that oops, the server is not connected, traffic, huge traffic is going on, like that you will get some notification. How? Because for each and every small interaction, liking something, commenting something, they are small interaction, right? So for these small interaction, we need to communicate through the internet. Internet is a wire, so the server need to take the response and go and commit. Okay, so it will makes a huge, already the traffic in internet is so huge, right? So for each and every simple interaction, we are making the website so huge means, then what will happen? It is going to end up with the huge traffic, so everything will be hanged so that you cannot access it. That's what will happen. That is the first thing. And second thing is that you cannot create a dynamic website. What is meant by dynamic website? Well, you can create a website. Just imagine the Facebook when it was introduced, it was not dynamic, it was still there. And dynamic is nothing but based upon your response, it will just going to change it. And you cannot make any interaction. For example, if you want to create a drop down, it is completely not possible when without JavaScript. And you cannot create a drop down with communicating with server. Okay, so that is also not possible. Then you need to change it, right? So that, like that, it will be do. So but when you are when you added JS with your website, JavaScript will take care about this micro interactions. So if you want to change any HTML and CSS, JavaScript will take care. So what I need to do, whenever you want to communicate with the server, during that time you can able to go and communicate it. Or otherwise, if you don't want to communicate with the server, JavaScript will take care of it. For example, you want to click a button, but I don't want to communicate with the server. That's fine. JavaScript will do it. If you want to change the background color, for example, a theme switcher, you need to change the dark mode, light mode, right? You don't want to go for the backend, and you don't want to communicate with the server to produce some black color website. You don't want to do it. JavaScript just go and change the CSS property white to black. It will change it. Okay, with the help of JavaScript, it will change it. And if I want to create, if I click it, I want to create a div, and inside the div, I just want to create another 3 div. Each all are the pricing of a person. I don't want to do it. I just simply, what can I do? I can create with the help of JavaScript. I can do it. I don't want to create an entire fresh page and I need to store it in the database to serve it. I don't want to do that. And now you can see a real example. What is this? Photographs, your local culture, helps Wikipedia and win. And like that, some advertisement is going on, right? It is here. What is this actually? A div, and inside the div and another div. Here there is another div, and we can say this is another div, and here we have an image. This is another image, and we have an paragraph or h3 tag, something like that we are having. So there's a HTML tag, and you can able to see an icon, right? What is this icon? So well, this icon, any icons, fav icons or anything, it will be added. And mostly we know that if I click it, what will happen? It is going to disappear. That's what we know that, right? How it is working? Without JavaScript, if I click it, means what will happen means the page will get reloaded and it will produce a new HTML page, okay, new HTML page without the advertisement. That's what it will work. But with JavaScript, simply what we can do, if I click it, I just want to change the display of this entire div to none. That's what I need to do it. Let us see how it is working. I just go and I just click the inspect. You can able to see it is a div and another anchor tag. It is an anchor tag because it is a link. And here you can see this is the entire div. You can see this is the entire div. The div director LTR, it is the entire div. And if you can see here, I just click, this is the entire div. Just have a look into here. I just go here and I just click it. Okay, you can able to see here. So that here is the entire div, right? So inside this we have it. Here is the entire div. You can able to see, and style is applied with something called as display none. So what is display none? Well, display none, it will hide the element. So if I make display is equal to, here I just change, I just remove this. Now you can see without this property, you can able to see it, right? If someone clicks it, then I need to change it to display none. If I make this to not display none, I want to block. You can able to see it is display block. So what is happening? So the JavaScript listens for the user interaction. So JavaScript just going to listen for the user interaction. If someone clicks this button, right? Someone clicks this button, I need to change the display property of this element, particular element, block to none. That is what happening. You can see here, block. If I click this, you can see it is changed to none. So it's just changing this hash CSS. That's what it will do. And what is here? That's exactly simply it is doing that. And I just go and open another website for showing you an example. Triple.com. And I think this is a great one, that advertisement. Okay, so it is not producing an entire HTML tag. It is not go for the server and it is coming with a new page. It is still there in the page, but it is just deleting an HTML element, adding some HTML element, adding some CSS property, deleting some CSS property. It's just going to do that only. Okay, that's what happening. So here you can see this is a website. Here you can see, here we have this one. Let us right click and inspect. This is also an advertisement, and this is for an this website is for designers, UI UX designers, and all the designers. Okay, and if I click it, you can able to see this is the entire div, right? So if I click it, you can able to see it has position property and so much of things here. And if I click here, you can able to see the display changed into none. What is the display? What happened for this display? Well, it is changing. The JavaScript is changing it, and you can able to see here. We have so much of we have background color property, and we have so much of things, right? And what I can do, I just right click here, and it has come down. Let us click this h1 tag, and you can able to see we have h1 tag. Let us read what is we have inside this h1 tag: trending, animation, motion graphics, and 3D design. This is the thing that we have. So what I'm going to do, I just going to click this button, and you can able to see the page is not reloaded, but something happened in my HTML. You can see some blinking has happened, right? So what has happened? Well, my HTML page is changed. Trending, typographic, lettering, and calligraphic. What has happened? My HTML pages get changed. So with that, without communicating with the server, I can able to change that, right? So simply this is what interaction it is. And you can able to see this one, filter. I can right click and inspect it. You can able to see an anchor tag, nothing inside it. You can able to see this one. This is an SVG image and something not inside this. And what happened if I click this div? If I click this one, you can able to see a page is blink and a display block, an entire new div is created. And if I click this div, you can able to see all the tags, colors, time frame, and downloads. If I click it again, you can able to see this display block is going to change to display none. If I click it, you can able to see display none. But they added some animation to do this. You can able to see some transition and transition out to things and all. You can see some transition and transition out will be there, and it will just remove it. And this is also that you can able to see. And if I click this one, you can able to see it is producing an entire page without communicating with the server. Like this, every interaction that you can able to make without communicating with the servers, and it will change the page dynamically. That's what it will do it. Okay, so now let us see how we can able to create it. How we can able to create something like this. For example, if someone clicks this button, I'm going to create a button. If someone clicks the button, I need to change the background color and I need to change the H1. How can I do it? Let us create that one. Let us go here. This is our website, and see, this is the change it is making. If I click the branding, the H1 is changed to branding design, identities, and logo, and the background is changed to some other GIF file or a video file. It is just get changing. So what I want to do, in this HTML, I just going to create a div.container. Okay, so inside this div, I just going to create an H1 tag. I'm going to say the web dev, and I'm going to add some button and give an ID btn. Okay, and what I'm going to say, click. Okay, we're having this. Let us add some CSS for this dot container. Okay, so I'm just going to say flex direction column and justify content center, align items center, and let us make the height is equal to 100 viewport, like this. Okay, so I just going to add the border property is equal to 2 pixels solid black. You can able to see this is the background, and I just going to add the background color. I just want to add like this, and let us make it to 50, like this. Okay, so we having, so let us see, if someone clicks this button, I need to change this the web dev, and also I need to change this background color. How can I achieve it? Well, I'm going to write some JavaScript code. I will explain each and every line, but to understand this, you need to understand the concepts and you need to understand so much of things. Okay, so don't care about that, just understand how JavaScript, with the help of JavaScript, what we can achieve. That's it. Okay, don't understand the concept. I will tell where you can learn it for free, okay, later. So just understand. First, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this element from my HTML. Why I need to get this element? Because for this element only, I need to add an event listener. What is event listener? An event listener is nothing but it is need to wait for some user interaction, a click event or a mouse over event or double click event, or there are so much of event is there, right? Dragging something, like that, so much of event is there. So they are events. Okay, so now what I want to do, I need to add it manually and tell it, if someone clicks you, then you need to do something. How can I do it? For that, I need to get that element. So what is the element I want to get? I need to get the element. So exactly like CSS, how we are doing. For example, if you want to change an HTML, then first you will select the HTML and you will give property and value. This is called as decoration, right? So this is what it will do. Same like that. If I want to add something or manipulate something, then first I will need to get that element. Then I need to give the property and then I need to give a value. Same in how CSS works, JavaScript is also. Let us do it. How can I get it? So for that, we have some methods. I'm going to write that methods. Okay, I just going to say const btn is equal to, sir, what you are writing, I don't understand what you're writing. That's what I'm saying. You don't want to understand it, just understand the concept, okay? Because we need to discuss these things later, okay? Okay, so what I did means I simply, this is the code to grab that element and to store inside some variables. A variable is like a container where whatever I like to store, I can store it, and I need to debug it whether I grabbed successfully or not. So I just going to use the console.log, and I need to call which container I stored it. It is in btn, so I just going to say btn. If we save it, let us go and inspect it. Now in this console, you can able to see the button is successfully grabbed. I'm asking for what is btn, and it is telling, I write some code document.query selector, and you need to select btn. So what I did means, in this HTML, if anything with an id btn is there, just grab the element and store inside this btn. That is the code I written, and I'm cross checking with this. It will be work. It will be good. Now what I want to do, I want to add an event listener. So what is an event listener? So if someone click it, the click is an event listener. So I need to add it. So how can I do it? So for that, first you need to call the which element you need to add. So btn dot, and you need to add event. This is a method we have to add an event listener. Okay, and this is going to take two parameters. The first parameter is going to be what is the event it respond for. For example, in my case, it is going to be click event. Okay, and once the event is occurs, what I need to run. So if someone clicks it, what I need to run? I need to write that, right? So for that, you need to create a function. So what is a function? A function is a block of code where it will execute something when someone calls it. Okay, so it's just a block of statement of code. It is going to execute, right? We can group the code together, and when someone calls the name of the function, it will execute it. That's what it will do. So now what I'm going to do, I created this button. I'm added an event listener. If someone clicks this event listener, I need to run this function. So whatever the code I'm going to run inside, right inside this function, it is going to execute. Here I simply write console.log. If someone clicked the button in the console, tell me I am clicked, like this. Like this. If I save it and if I click it, you can able to see it is telling that I am clicked because the event listener is working. So I successfully added an event listener and it is working. If I click it again and again, you can see how many times I'm clicked. That many times it is just going to execute it. So that's what it is. Right now, what I want, I don't want to tell it in the console I am clicked. What I want, if someone clicks it, I need to change this one. How can I do it? So if you want to change something or if you want to do anything, first you need to grab the element. You need to get the element. The same thing what I'm going to do, I just going to copy this one and I just going to paste it here, give a different name, like it is going to be the head, and instead of button, I want to grab this h1. How can I grab it? Well, I can grab it with the tag selector. With the help of tag also, we can able to grab. With the help of ID also, we can able to grab. With the help of class also, we can able to grab. Okay. So I just going to grab it with the tag selector. I need this h1 tag. So I successfully grabbed it. So now what I want to do, so how the CSS will work, first you will select the element and you will give a property and you will give a value, right? So this is what it will do. If I say font size, it is going to manipulate font size. If I say 45 pixel, the pixel of the font size is increased to 45. If I say something like 50, then the pixel is increased to 50. That's what it will do, right? So same thing here. I selected an element. Head is the element, and I need to give a property. Okay, so here we have so much of properties like in CSS, background color, font size, font family, typography, like there's so much of property is there, right? Same like that in JavaScript also we have so much of property. Okay, so for changing the inner word of an HTML, we have a property called inner HTML or inner text. Anything you can use. Inner HTML is best. I can go with inner HTML. You need to tell inner HTML. So here it will understand. Okay, so you grabbed an element. I need to change the inner HTML of an element, which means I need to change the words inside this element, and then you need to tell what is the word I need to change. So here I just going to say, instead of the web dev, I just say congrats. Congrats, you have completed the workshop, like this. Okay, so now I save it. You can see we have the web dev. So we created this button and we added an event listener. If someone has clicked the button, the function is going to, whatever inside we return a function, it is going to execute. And inside the function, what I did, I need to grab this element and I need to change the web dev to congrats, you have completed the web dev. If I just go and I just going to click it, you can see congrats, you have completed the workshop. It is fine. Right? It is work fine. It is work fine. If I refresh it, it will come to the normal state. If I click it again, it will come to this state, right? So now what is the next thing what I want to do? Well, I can put this display border 2 pixel. I can give adding 12%. Okay, let's go here, and if I click it, you can able to see it here. Right, fine. So now I just refresh it. So now we change the inner HTML. What is the second functionality that I want to add? So the second functionality I want is, I just want to change the background color. So what is the background color? It is something we added here. You can see the container, we added this cube. That is the color I want to add. I want to add an orange color. How can I add it? Well, same. It is a different property. For changing HTML, we have inner HTML property. How we can do it? First, you need to grab which element. It is the element I need to change. And for changing the CSS, you need to say style. Okay, style is the property to change the CSS. And once you say the style, you need to click a dot. If you click a dot, you can able to see what all are the CSS property that you can able to access and change it. For example, right now what I want the background color. You can able to see background color here, and you can able to see the case. You can able to see in CSS we have something, each and every word is separated by background color. You can able to see this hyphen, this dash, and color. This is called, I think so, kebab case, and each and every word is separated by a dash, right? That's what it will do. In JavaScript, you can able to see the first word is small, always starts with small, and the upcoming word is caps. This is called as lower camel case. You can see it here. The query selector, Q is small and S is caps. And event listener, A is small, E is caps, and L is caps. Only the first letter is small, and it will look like small caps like this, lower camel case. That's what it is. That's the syntax it will use. And while you are writing is, you are using the same case, it will be good. It will be look neat. And now what I said, for the head element, you need to change the background color. Okay, so which is the head element? It is just only this H1. H1 is the head element, right? So what I want to do, I need to change the background color to, instead of orange. Okay, if I save it, if I click it, you cannot see all the place orange color. You will see only for this place orange color. Like this place is going to change orange. If I click it, you can see congrats, you have completed workshop with orange. If I want to add orange color for all the entire div, what I want to do, first I need to grab it. How can I grab this? Well, we have a class selector. So query selector, what is the class name? It's going to be container. Container. And here I just say con. And for this con, I need to add the background color. I just say con. I save it. Let's click it. You can see congrats, you have completed the workshop. So this is the functionality that JavaScript can able to do. An example. Okay, it is not the whole thing. Okay, so this is the most of the work that you will do in the front end part. Okay, so this is what it will do. And with the help of it, if someone clicks it, I need to create a new HTML, a new div. I need to create it. You can able to create it. Not only existing tag. If you want to remove it, you can able to remove a tag. For example, if you want to remove this element, you can remove that element. If you want to add a fresh HTML tag, if you want to add a fresh HTML tag, you can able to add it. Like that, so much of things you can able to do with this. Simply, you can able to manipulate HTML and CSS. It is an example for it. Okay, so that's what this HTML and JavaScript will do. Okay, so I just given glance. What is JavaScript? It is used to manipulate HTML and CSS. And if you don't understand this code, it's absolutely fine. Okay, that is what I'm going to explain where you can learn this. So I'm just going to say it is manipulating HTML and CSS. And in HTML and CSS, what are the things that you need to learn for front end? So JavaScript is for a client side work. For front end, you need to learn the basics JS concept. So what is meant by basics JS concepts? Well, in each and every programming language, there are several basic concepts will be there. So for example, variables. What is variable? So that we have created. For example, the head, con, button. These all are variable. Containers to store. And what is data types? what is function, like this, okay, and objects, arrays, like there's so much of basic concept. It is common for all the programming language, only the syntax will be different. Okay, you need to learn that one. And then what I want to do, you need to learn DOM. So what is DOM? With the help of this DOM only, we can able to communicate with this browser. So communicating with the browser, someone clicked it, you need to change something. If someone clicked this, you need to do something like this. You can able to communicate with the browser. So what all are the DOM properties that we have used? Well, for example, the inner HTML, query selector, everything is a DOM property. And document query selector, grabbing an element, changing an element, those all are comes under DOM. Okay, so you need to learn around 12 to 15 methods. Okay, so that's what you need to learn, and not other than that. So if you're done with this, then that's it. You have completed the basics of front end. You can able to make a page dynamic. You can able to create a drop down. You can able to create a switch streamer. You can be able to create a fresh page. Whatever you like to create, you can able to create it. Once it is done, then what you need to do, you need to learn ES6. What is ES6? It is called as ECMAScript. ECMAScript. What is ECMAScript? Well, ECMAScript is nothing but it is a rules and regulation how JavaScript need to perform in the browser. Okay, so they have the guidelines. If someone gives this input, then you need to produce this output. Likewise, they have some guidelines. Based on this guidelines only, JavaScript will perform in the browser. So the it is depends the browsers who the persons who creating, the team who creating browsers, they will follow the standard of ECMAScript. Okay, all the browsers, not only Google or not only every browser is follows it. If they follow the ECMAScript standard, then only JavaScript will work perfectly in their browsers. Okay, so that is the one thing. And you can able to see in some browsers it will says like JavaScript this method will not work, like that they will give a disclaimer. Why? Because the browsers are not updated to the ECMAScript standard like what it is. Okay, so what is ES6? ES6 is an updated version of the new version, the new standard that is introduced by JavaScript, introduced for JavaScript in 2015. Okay, so where the syntax and some of new methods has been introduced. Okay, so this is really helpful. This is called as modern JavaScript, modern JS. So the modern JS, what you can do, you need to learn it. Why? Means because if you want to learn React, to learn any other frameworks, libraries, the upcoming, trending or updated anything, it will be in the syntax of ES6. So if you understand ES6, then only you can able to learn React or so much of things. Okay, so for that you need to learn the ES6 concept. Okay, so that is the second one. Once you're done with that, once you completed the React, then you can apply for the jobs. Okay, so it will be completely fine. And once you completed this ES6, then you need to go for the async. Async. What is mean by async? Async is nothing but asynchronous of JavaScript. Don't care about that. So once you completed this, this you can go for async. Async is really helpful in backend work. Okay, so it is a like consider it is a some concept that we need to learn. Okay, so that's what it is. It is really helpful in backend and in API work and in file serving and so much of things. Okay, it will really helpful. Okay, so it will help to become a full stack developer. So what I said some backend, whether JavaScript can able to use it in backend. Yes, the answer is yes. When JavaScript was introduced, okay, when JS was introduced, it is only for front end. Okay, okay, so that's what it will do, and it can able to do something like this, changing the color, changing the HTML. That's what it will do. Then we have so much of framework libraries came to simplify the JavaScript syntax, like jQuery and so much of things will come. And now what we have SPA. What is meant by SPA? Single page application. Without communicating with the server, we can able to create our own generated HTML page and CSS page. So that is called a single page application. That is the power that is comes with the React, Angular, Vue. Those all are providing. Okay, so it is updated in the front end. Meanwhile, what will happen means JavaScript with the help of Node.js, not Node.js is created by a person called Randall, and he run the JavaScript outside the browser, which means right now with the help of Node.js, you can able to communicate with the server and database, which means you can, if someone is giving a request, you can communicate it and it will go for the server and it will go for the database and it will do the work for you. So that is the Node.js, that the Node.js will do. Okay, so if you learn JavaScript, then you can learn React for front-end frameworks. You can build the front-end work. And if you learn JavaScript, then you can able to work with Node.js, where it will basically for the backend work, and it can able to communicate with your servers, and it just simply work it. Okay, so one language you can able to do it. You don't want to learn any other basics programming language, and Node.js is much like it's almost better and faster than all the almost, okay. So compared to the all programming language, that is why JavaScript, even though it is called as a client-side scripting language, it is called as web programming language. Why? Because whatever the things that a programming language can do right now, JavaScript is also can able to do with the help of this community and the support, okay. So whatever the work that you want to do in a development field, with the help of JavaScript you can able to achieve it, okay. So now you have doubt like, okay, so we have completed this, where I can learn it? Well, for this basic JavaScript class, okay, we're going to have 4 days of workshop every month. We are conducting this one, so we're going to have a 4 days of workshop in the upcoming week from Monday to Friday, except Wednesday. We're going to have a 4 days class. It is going to be 1 hour class, where we never going to touch this what is JavaScript and how it is. No, we're never going to touch. What we're going to teach, we're going to teach the basics plus DOM for 4 days, 1 hour, 4 hours we're going to teach, and it will be there some other additional information also provided, and you can able to watch it for free in our YouTube channel. You can watch it, it will be set, okay, from 7 to 8, something like timing like that, okay. So you need to set it. Once it is done, then ES6 we will take another 4 days, okay. You can check it in the YouTube channel, it is already taken the workshop. You can check the live also, you can right now watch. You can want to watch it, you can also watch it, okay. So you can watch it right now also. So this is called as 4 days advanced workshop, advanced to mastery workshop. This is also taken, okay. So it is also free, it is already taken. You can watch it also, you can watch it, and you can able to come with ES6 and asynchronous, you will get it. And other than that, every day Wednesday you will get, every day Wednesday we are hosting an premier so in this video you will understand how JavaScript is internally working. So if I write some code, what is happening internally? Why JavaScript is the only language that is available for front end? Why not others? So how it is internally working, how it is communicating with browser, those questions you can able to get an answer. It is a recorded video and it is uploaded in the live class. You can ask the question, we will comment in the comment box also, okay. So that's what you need to learn. And for React also, we have 4 days of class this month. We're going to have it, and you can learn it from that. And whatever you want to learn, we have 4 days workshop. This is a Kickstarter workshop to give what is that and how it is working, okay. So and we have a 4 days detailed workshop is there, and you can watch it, and whatever the doubts that you have, you can able to clear it in the live chat itself. Only live classes, no recorded classes or anything, only live classes. You can just watch the live classes, and you can ask the questions lively through in the YouTube channel comment section. I will explain, I will just answer your comments there itself, okay. So that this is all are the things that you need to focus for absolutely free, okay. So that's what you need to do. And yeah, this is all about JavaScript and how it is working. And right now, if you want to learn, the first step is you need to learn about the front end and the DOM property. For that, you can watch the upcoming week 4 days workshop. You will get certification also for this participation. We will give some task also, you need to complete that to get a certification. And for ES6 and async, it will be taken maybe the upcoming month, or you can watch the previously recorded video. And React basics you can able to learn from our YouTube channel, right? The day after, second, third week of this month, you will get 4 days of workshop. You will get it. You can go for our YouTube channel and you can just scroll down. You can able to see what all other things will be there, okay. So that's it for JavaScript. And if you have any doubts, you can ask it in the chat box. I just hand over the session to Nabi to discuss for React.
Hello, good evening, guys. Thank you so much for watching this session from last few hours. And now we are going to start with the English communication part. We are going to talk how you are going to improve your communication skills and all. Yes. So let us just share the screen. Yes. Yes, we have communication skills now. So we will share the screen. Just allow me a few moments. Second. So I hope my screen is visible to you. Before starting, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Shikha Bishwas. I stay in Bhopal. Um, my highest qualification is MBA. I started my career as an financial analyst, and later on I did B.Ed because I thought teaching is my passion, and that's what I discovered while teaching. And I taught in various schools of Bangalore this language English, and so I have got lots of experience of teaching this language. During the time of Corona, we came here, and in Bhopal we came here, and then I started my online spoken English training, and that is when I also did my ESL certification. And as the days went by, I came to know that teaching is my passion, and I achieve success when my students achieve success. So till now, I have trained so many students, and all of them are successfully placed in many of the corporates. Yes, so many of you might be wanting to learn to speak in English, or maybe improve your fluency. But before you start, you must know why you should, why you want to improve your fluency. Because up till unless when you don't know your purpose, you are not going to achieve the goal. So first of all, you have to know your purpose, why you want to learn English. So there might be n number of reasons for which you want to learn English. It could be to get a good job, it could be to get promoted, it could be to be able to speak in English to people around you, or maybe you want to go abroad, or you maybe want to be a good speaker, or you want to do good in academics. So all these criterias have different aspects of English languages, I mean English criteria which you have to learn. So if I talk about for getting a good job, or for getting promotion, or to speak to people around you, for all these things you have to be fluent in English. Yes, now when I say fluent, it doesn't mean that you have to be accurate. Accuracy means you are totally correct, you are not wrong anywhere, you are not wrong grammatically, you are using some bombarding words. Yes, so that is when you are accurate. But actually, for doing any kind of job, or to get promoted, or to crack our interviews, or to talk to people around us, we need fluency. Yes, on the other hand, if we talk that if you feel that you want to be a good speaker, in that case, apart from being fluent, you also have to be accurate. That means you have to know all the grammatical rules, you have to know how to frame sentences correctly without any broken languages, you have to know several vocabularies which might have, different meanings. In that way, you have to be accurate. But when I talk about that, if you feel that you want to go abroad and start your career, for this only learning fluency or only learning accuracy won't be enough. For that you have to learn IELTS. Yes, so that is again another part of English, in that you will be trained how to talk, how to listen, how to speak. Of course, all these are criteria, but then there you will be trained according to a native speaker. Yes, and the last one, to do better in your academics. Yes, so when you are in your school, or maybe in your college, or maybe you are doing any kind of research work, you have to have a very deep knowledge of English. Yes, so again here also your requirement changes. So you have to understand what is your why. Yes, why do you want to learn English, or maybe why do you want to learn anything else which you are thinking of learning. Yes, moving forward, we will come to understand few techniques which will help us to learn English. And these techniques are applicable for all the language. If you go to any trainer, any coach, anywhere, they are going to follow all these techniques. That is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. That is what we call as LSRW. Yes, so even if you feel that you will not go to any coach, in that case, you have to create your own environment of listening, speaking, writing, and reading. So, how can you do this? For reading, you can take any book of your level. It doesn't mean that you are not understanding a single word of that word and you have taken that book. Yes, that won't help you. So according to your level of English, you have to take any book, you start reading it every day loudly, and then slowly you have to also, take other books which is more in a upper level than what you are reading. So from reading, what will happen, you will come across various words, come across various framework of sentences, you will come to, if you're reading loudly, your pronunciation will also improve. Yes. And then after this, what you have to do is this: whatever you have read, you write it, what you understood. Yes. So writing, as it is said, the moment we catch our pencil or pen in our fingers, is directly connected to our mind, and it goes directly in our mind, and we can remember it. So that's why it is very much, told that you should write whatever you have read. In the same way, listening, why we recommend listening? Listening is something which helps you to think. Now here, when I'm telling listening, it doesn't mean you will go and watch any YouTube video, you will go and watch any movie on the TV. No. So if you really want to learn effectively, you have to listen to any podcast or audio. Why I am telling this? Because if you watch any video or movie and you say I'm learning English from this, your focus would be, little bit changed. Your mind won't be thinking that much. You will just see the pictures which are going on coming in that video. But if you are listening to any audio book or any podcast, your mind is bound to think. And if you don't know any word, in that case, of course you will not know what to think in your mind. In that position, what you will do, you will just go and check out the meaning, isn't it? So every day, at least 10 to 15 minutes you should give to listening. If you are coming across any word for which you don't know the meaning, please write it down, please understand the meaning, and then try using them while you are talking. Yes. And then comes the speaking part. So whatever you have learned from reading, from listening, from writing, now it's time to implement through speaking. Until unless you are not speaking, you are not going to be fluent in English. Yes, some people think that, oh, we want to learn English, madam, what you are teaching in grammar? No, grammar will not help you to improve your fluency. You are reading grammar from your school days, right? But yet you don't have a clear concept of grammar. That is a different thing. But you don't know to speak in English. Why? Because you haven't ever tried to speak in English. Nobody told you to speak in English. And when you came out of your college, you felt, okay, we have to face interview now and we have to be fluent. So whatever you want to do, first thing first is this, that you have to step in that. Don't hesitate, don't feel, oh, I don't know to speak in English, my pronunciation is wrong, I will speak in broken language, what people will think, this, that. Stop thinking, stop. These are told as overthinking, over judging yourself. Right? So don't over judge yourself, don't overthink. Just think, I have to speak. That's all. No other thoughts. Yes. And then jump into speaking. Wherever you are finding anybody, just jump into speaking. Or otherwise you can just switch on your mobile video, and you can speak in that video. You can just record your voice and listen to it. If you feel there is some mistake in that, you can again rectify it. Again, after this, if you see yourself in a mirror and speak in front of the mirror, that would also help. Because when you see yourself in the mirror, you will also be able to see your gestures and postures, everything. And the moment you connect with yourself, you are bound to get smart. Yes. So that's why from olden days it is said that you should speak in front of the mirror, stand in front of the mirror, look at yourself, make friendship with yourself, trust yourself, right? And that's how yourself would be helping you to grow further. Yes. And why we recommend nowadays to record video? Because in video, not only you get a chance to look at yourself, but also you can rectify it. Yes. If you feel that, okay, here I have made some mistake, you can record another video and rectify all those mistakes. Yes. Now, nobody in this world has learned anything in one go. Yes, whatever you have learned, first of all, you have done mistake, you got some experience that okay, I have done all these mistakes, and improving on all those, again you keep on practicing, and again you are bound to do some other mistake, and that is how the cycle goes on, and that is how you keep on improving yourself, right? So people who are into this environment, who are teaching English, maybe in our country or maybe outside the country, the native speakers, I can say, those who are into this field of teaching English, they themselves also follow all these rules every day. Yes, because without this we are not going to keep ourselves in that kind of environment. So whatever you want to learn, you have to keep yourself in that kind of environment. And if you feel that without communication you are going to be successful, it is, I can say, half knowledge you have. Because in any field it is said that it is 20% of hard skills and 80% of soft skills which will help you to grow. Yes, so why it is said so? Because maybe you are a very much expert in any kind of developing code or something, but in case you are not able to speak to your manager, you are not able to present yourself, you are not able to communicate with your client, then of course your growth would be hampered. So why you are restricting your growth? Just keep learning, life is to learn. If you are good at developing, try to improve your soft skills also. I'm sorry, I've got a little bit of cough and throat pain, so please bear with me. Yeah, other thing is this, that you have to practice daily, keep practicing every day. You have to practice. It's not like today you have practiced and tomorrow you will not. Tomorrow you have practiced and you will feel okay, this week I have practiced for 2 days, and I will practice now next week. No, that is not going to work. You brush your teeth every day, and that's how your teeth are healthy, isn't it? You eat every day. In the same way, whatever we are learning, we have to practice every day. And another important thing is this, that you can imitate any good speaker. If you really want to be a good speaker, and if you're working in any company, you will see there are some trainers whose spoken style is so good. There are some managers whose body language and the way they speak, the way they communicate is so good. So if you want, you can imitate them. You can just try to act like them, try to talk like them, and then you can groom yourself to be like them. And after that you can develop your own style. Otherwise, you can also see people in YouTube, like Oprah Winfrey is there, Jay Shetty is there. Yes, you can imitate them and you can be a good speaker like them. Yes, so anything you want will not is nothing like that. It will not be given to you. If you want, it will definitely be given to you. Yes, then if you feel that you are not able to improve yourself alone, you can find a mentor for yourself. Nowadays, if you go online, you'll see lots of informations are available about different trainers, mentors, and coaches who are giving training to people so that they can improve. Yes, so as I told you, if you feel that I don't have confidence is nothing but the willingness to try. First of all, you have to try, and this phrase has been told by Mel Robbins. Yes, so this is the cycle which is followed for everything which we learn. First of all, you'll try, and then you are bound to fail, and after that you will get from that failure you are going to get experience and knowledge. Okay, and again you are going to try, again you are going to fail in some other aspect, and again you are going to get some experience and knowledge from all those, and again you are going to try. Yes, so all these are kind of steps which will help you to improve your communication skills. And now we are moving forward to learn some basic parts of English. We are starting with tenses, because tenses is one of the most important thing when you speak in English. Yes, so if we talk about simple present tense, it tells about an action that happens always, regularly. Yes, so sometimes people ask you, where do you work? And you say, I'm working in IBM, I'm working in HCL. But actually, it's a wrong answer. When you say working, that means that activity is happening at that point of time. Because, for example, right now I'm teaching you. Okay, I'm taking this session for you, I'm teaching. So I am teaching now, but maybe after 2 hours, I will not teach. Yes, so what I'm telling, the activity is going on right now, and that's why I have used this word teaching. Yes, but then for you, the question is, where do you work? Yes, so you should not answer, I am working in this company, I'm working in that company. You will answer it as, I work. I work in HCL, I work in IBM. If somebody tells me, what do you do? In that case, my answer would be, I teach English to people. I teach English to people. I won't say I'm teaching English to people. Yes, because that is a totally wrong sentence. Okay. So here you have to understand the difference between simple present tense and present continuous tense. Simple present tense talks about the permanent actions, and present continuous always talks about the temporary actions. Okay, now, so what is the difference between these two? So if we talk about present simple, then we use this present simple for all the activities which were happening in the past. Now also it is happening, and in the future also it will happen, right? So if our question is, what do you do every day? So what you will say, I wake up at 6 a.m., I brush my teeth, I go for bath, I take my breakfast, and then I go to my office, or I go to my school, whatever place you go. Yes, so what is the structure of the sentence? I wake, I bath, I brush. So after the subject, you are using the verb. The basic form of the verb. In between, we are not using any kind of helping verb, is, am, are, will, no, because the helping verbs helps us to show the time. Okay, but here the activities are happening every day regularly, so we don't want to show the exact time for the same of the happening, right? So again, here present continuous tense talks about anything which is happening now. Teaching, I am teaching, you are learning. Okay, so this is continuous. Teaching, right now the activity is going on. You are learning, right now this activity is going on. Okay, so now when something is happening, at that point of time we will use ing with the main verb. Okay, so just see the difference between these two sentences. Just give me a so here it is, I do, and here it is, I am doing. So present simple is used to talk about things that happen repeatedly. So you go to your office repeatedly, you eat rice repeatedly. So what do you eat for lunch? I eat rice. You will not say I am eating rice. Okay. Then for present continuous tense, used to talk about actions happening at the time of speaking. So when I am speaking, at that point of time, the action is happening. Okay. So if this is a cup of tea and if I'm drinking it, what I will say? I'm having a cup of tea. I'm having a cup of tea. Yes. So moving forward, there are some other sentences which will help you to understand the difference between these two tenses. That is, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, and under present continuous tense, we have got the water is boiling. Please switch off the gas. Can you understand the difference? So under simple present tense, we are talking about the action which happens repeatedly. Means today if I boil the water, it will boil in 100 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow also if I boil, it will boil at 100 degrees Celsius only. It's not going to change, right? And that's why we are using simple present tense in that case. And in a present continuous tense, right now the water is boiling and I want somebody to do something. The water is boiling, please switch off the gas. In the same way, it rains heavily during monsoons. So during monsoons, it rains heavily. So every monsoon, it rains heavily. Yes. And it is again a repeated activity. Every year we get a monsoon season. And under present continuous tense, it is raining. Please close the window. Okay. Then we have got I love to read storybooks. I love to read storybooks. It's not like now I am loving, but tomorrow I will not love. Day after tomorrow I will not love. No, this is something which I love to do. Yes. And in present continuous tense, we have done I'm reading a book. Please don't switch off the lights. That means right now I'm reading. So I'm asking the other person, please don't switch off the lights. Okay. Do you sing? Again, as I told you earlier, if somebody asks you, do you work? Yes. So what you will say? Yes, I work in this company. Do you sing? Right? Again, the answer would be yes, I sing. It's not I am singing. You are not going to sing at that moment, or maybe you are not singing at that point of time. Listen to them. Are they singing? So there are some people who are singing, and you are asking your friend or maybe your sibling to just listen and to understand if somebody is listening or not. I mean, singing or not. Most people learn to cycle when they are children. Okay, so we all learn to cycle when we are children, most of us. Yes. There are all means there are always some differences, but yes, most of us we learn to cycle when we are children. And under present continuous tense, we have got Kirtana is in China now. She is learning Chinese. Okay. So this was the difference between simple present tense and present continuous tense. It is a basic difference. If you get to understand where to use simple present tense, where to use simple present continuous tense, you will definitely make correct sentences, and your sentences would not be broken uh, in that case. But you have to understand, yes, the difference between these two tenses, and where to use them, how to use them, right? Moving forward, we have got simple past tense and past continuous tense. So what is the difference between this? Simple past tense denotes an action that took place at some time in the past. Okay, so sometime in the past it took place. But past continuous tense, that in the past that action was continuous. For example, I played football with my friend yesterday. That means here, when you are framing the sentence in this way, the activity is over. According to us, when we understand, the meaning is the activity is over. Yeah. So here under past continuous tense, we were doing our homework. Again, this is an activity which was taking place in the past. What you were doing yesterday, we were doing our homework. So that means yesterday this activity was continuous. Then another example under simple past tense is we lived in Delhi for 5 years. So we used to live in Delhi for 5 years, right? So this activity again has taken place and it's over now. And here we have got she was looking outside the window. She was looking outside the window. That means few minutes back she was looking. The action was continuous. Okay, so if you can understand like where which are the places or which are the grammatical place aspects where you are making mistakes, in that case you will be able to improve. But for understanding that, again you have to start first. Until unless you are not starting, you will not make mistake. If you are not making mistake, you will not know where to improve. So if you want to know where you have to improve, in that case you have to start first. The moment you will start, you will make mistakes, and the moment you make mistakes, you will come to know, okay, these are the parts where I have to improve. So I get so many types of students. Some of their English is good, but still they feel that their English is not good because the way they pronounce each and every word is quite out of track. Yes. So when you are speaking in English or in any language, your pronunciation should be correct, isn't it? Apart from this, there are some other students who speak good English, but they are not able to understand where to use is, where to use are, where to use have, where to use has. Some basic mistakes they does. So for that also they have to understand where they have to work, and they can improve themselves, right? So here some common mistakes which people do is I have a umbrella. So actually, we never say I have a umbrella. Before umbrella, we have to put this article an. I have an umbrella. Though it's you will feel that it is such a small mistake, but then it matters. Yeah. This is a island. Again, ISLAND. Many people pronounce it as island. It is not island, it is island. Okay. And again, we have to say an island. An island. Most of the time, you say I am a MBA. I am a MBA. No, you are not a MBA. You have to say I am an MBA. I am an MBA because M, though it is consonant, but the pronunciation which we are getting before that, it's a vowel sound. Yes, and that's why we have to use and before it. We are getting the E sound before that, isn't it? Right? In the same way, and unicorn being, vowel sound, but then we are not getting that vowel sound, we are getting the Y sound here. And so if you say an unicorn, and university, yeah, and uniform, in that case it is wrong. We have to say a unicorn, a university, a uniform. Yes. Then again, you don't know the usage of the ma'am said not to write anything. No, you are talking about any ma'am, and it's not like it's only she is the ma'am in the whole world. There are so many teachers, so many ladies we call now ma'am, means every lady we call ma'am. So never use the ma'am, it's only ma'am. The Rita. Again, here we are using before a proper noun. Before any proper noun, we are not going to use the. There is not only one Rita in the whole world. There are so many Ritas, right? So that's why we will not use this the. But there are some things which are, only one in this world. For those, we will use the. For example, the Taj Mahal, the Qutub Minar, the Gateway of India. Yeah. So the Rita is coming to home today. This is wrong. We will just say Rita is coming to home today. The India is a big country. Though there are some country who use the in front of their name, but most of the countries they do not use the in front of their name. So what are the countries who are using the? That is the USA, the USSR, the UK, the Netherlands. I hope these are only a few countries who are using the before their name. Apart from this, no other countries are using the before their name. So if you are saying the India, the China, the Pakistan, the Dubai, then it is wrong. Okay, we have to just only name the country. India is a big country. China is a big country. Dubai is a very developed country. Yeah. The Mount Everest is the highest point on earth. Yes. Again, we do not use the in front of the name of the mountains. We use the in front of the name of the mountain ranges. For example, the Himalayas, the Western Ghats. Yes, but here before the name of Mount Everest we are not going to use this article the. I feel that you might be thinking these are so small mistakes, but every small mistakes matter. Yes, you have to take small steps and you have to improve yourself, right? Okay. So again we have got some other kind of mistakes, like we do mistakes under uncountable nouns and irregular verbs. So when we say an apple, apple is countable. We can say an apple, right? But we cannot say and water or a water, a oil, a rice, a star. No, we cannot say because they are uncountable, right? In the same way, in the second point, we have got an advice. Can we count advice? No, it is uncountable, isn't it? So that's why we have to say and I mean only advice. I have a piece of advice for you. Okay, I have a piece of advice for you. I have a piece of advice for you. Now, here, irregular verbs, this is is the, I think, most important part where many of us they make mistake, because people feel that past form of verb means with the main verb you just have to put ed and it is past form, but it is not like that. Yes, we have got regular verbs, for example walk, walked, play, played. Yes, so for all these verbs you can put ed and your verb would be changed to past form. But most of the verbs which we use in our regular daily life, they are irregular verbs. For example, see, saw, go, went, buy, bought. Yes, many people say past form of see is seed. No, it is wrong. And many also say sword. No, we don't have any word called sword. See, saw. Buy, bide. No, we don't have any word called bide. It is buy, bought. Right? So, what you have to do if you feel that you don't know the irregular verbs, you can just take out the list of the verbs and try memorizing them. And the list is very big. I know there are so many verbs, it's not possible for us to learn in a day. Just take five words and learn every day. Every day. Okay, if you see it every day, what will happen? It will automatically go in your mind and it is going to remain in your mind. So people who are good in english, maybe those who have studied in english medium school, their understanding about verbs is quite clear. So do you think like they have got a big list of verbs? No, they did not get. Okay, so only a handful of verbs were given to them for learning when they were in third or fourth standard. After that, through reading books and through writing different answers and this and that, through them they came to know about all the past form of the verbs. Yes, so it's not like they have mugged up, but they have come across all those words, they have used them, and that's how they have learned them. So you also have to do the same. Okay, so you can just go through the list, you can learn 5 words in a day. And if you are a good reader, if you're reading books every day, through that also you will come across various kind of verbs and it will be in your mind automatically. Yes, so people say I sended the email to you. No, it is I sent, sent, sent. I sent the email to you. I gone there in the morning. No, either you can say I had gone or I went. I went there in the morning. I bought some apples today. Again, it is wrong. I bought some apples today. Yes. So moving forward, we have got usage of did, when to use did and how to use them. I did not went to the party. Even people who are fluent in English, if they don't have this knowledge, they are bound to make this mistake. Did itself is past form of do. Yes. Once you have used any past form of the verb, after that the verb which you are using in that clause, that will be in its present form. Yes. So I did not went to the party. What is the mistake here? Yes. Did is past and went is also past. What we will use? I did not go. I did not go to the party. Did you understood? Yes, this is a question you will get from so many people. But actually, did plus understood is wrong. Did you understand is the right format. I did not knew. I did not knew. What is the right answer? I did not know. I did not know. Did you watch that movie? Did you watch that movie? Yes. So, though there are only few examples, if you have understood the concept, I hope you are not going to make mistakes while using did in your sentences. Then again, usage of verbs I was, went to the market. Was past tense, went past tense. No. I went to the market is correct, or I was going to the market. Yes, I going for a walk. I am going for a walk. You is not listening. With you, we never use is. Though it might happen that you are talking to only one person, but doesn't matter. With you, we will always use are or were if you're talking something in past form. You are not listening. You was not at home. You were not at home. Got it? So here there are some words where we make mistakes in our pronunciation, right? So generally we pronounce this word as woman, but actually it is not woman, it is women. Women. We men. Women. Yes. And then it is not pizza, it is pizza. Pizza. It is pizza. Again, here it is not hotel. It is not hotel. It is hotel. Hotel. This picture you're seeing, this is a picture of a suite, but generally we call it as suit. But the correct pronunciation is suite, right? We booked a suite for our holidays. So, uh, how can you improve your pronunciation if you feel that your pronunciation is not on track and it is totally, very distorted? How you are going to improve them? So, for everything, the only solution is reading books. Okay. If you want to improve your pronunciation, for that also you have to read books, but not in your mind. You have to read it loudly. Yes. And then only you are going to improve your pronunciation. Otherwise, we also use tongue twisters. If you practice them daily, definitely you are going to improve on your pronunciations. But then you have to practice them daily. It's not like you practice today, tomorrow you did not practice. No, that will not work. Yeah. So first one is she sells seashells by the seashore. What is the difference? SH makes the sound of sh. And here in cells, we don't have SH. So don't pronounce it as shells. It is cells. She sells. This sell meaning is she was selling something. She sells seashells. The meaning of this shells is the shells, kind of shells we get from the ocean, isn't it? So she sells seashells by the seashore. I saw Susie sitting in a shoe shine shop. So your pronunciation, your clarity of speech should be very clear. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. So whenever it is Z, the sound should be Z, not J. It is not Fuzzy Wuzzy. It is Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he? Then Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where is the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Okay. So Peter Piper here, it is a name, but here peck, P-E-C-K, peck. Generally, people would pronounce it as peak. It is not peak, it is peck. The moment we get this word E, I mean this letter E in between of the word, it sounds as E, peck. Okay. So if you practice tongue twisters and if you read daily, you will definitely improve your pronunciation, and not only your pronunciation, your English will also improve. And many a time my students, they ask me, ma'am, how can we improve on our vocabulary? Again, the answer is same. You have to read books. Try to find out 2 or 3 words which are new to you, find their meaning and try implementing them. Yes, otherwise the whole dictionary is there at your home. Till now you haven't learned a single new word, isn't it? Yes. So why we recommend to read books? Because in a book, when you are getting a new word, you also come to know how they have used it in the sentence, in what context they have used, in what situation they have used. Because every word has got more than one meaning. Yes. So if one word has been used in one place for something, in the other place it could be used for some other meaning. Yes, so that's why you have to understand in which situation they are using the word. Okay, so that situation you will understand like how you are going to use that word in those kind of situation. Apart from that, you are also going to learn some other meaning of the words if you are going to, search the meaning of a single word. Yes, so now we are moving towards some interview skills. These are the basic grammatical rules I have told you. If you follow on them, you will definitely improve. And the, how to improve your English, the techniques which I told you, LSRW. If you are really serious and if you are really going to follow them on your own daily, nobody is going to stop you. You will train yourself as a fluent speaker. Yes, now coming to interview skills, the moment we talk about interview, there are people who gets little bit, nervous or excited, anxious, and they, even if they know English, they feel that they won't be able to talk over there. Yes, so first thing first here is that you have to develop your confidence. And how you are going to develop your confidence, you have to trust yourself. What is said everywhere is it is 20% of your skill and 80% your mindset. So in your mind, if you're saying that I'm not confident, I'm so nervous, and you will be nervous. So always keep on telling your mind, I'm confident and I'm definitely going to crack the interview. Not crack, but yes, I'm going to face the interview to my full satisfaction. So whenever you are going to face the interview, see that you are satisfied. Don't feel that whether the interviewer is satisfied or not. You yourself should be satisfied with your performance, right? So maybe you are a fresher, for the first time you have gone for the interview. First time definitely you are not going to crack it. Yes, second time you went, maybe second time also you were not able to crack, but by the fourth time you will definitely be able to crack it. Why? Because you have already got some practice. You knew that yes, these are the questions they are asking, and you got a practice of facing interview. Yes, and that's why you will crack it, right? So here, before going for an interview, there are some things which should be in their place. For example, your updated CV. So if you're going for an interview, check whether your CV is updated or not. So nowadays in the market, we have got different form of CV. Yes, where we also have to mention our LinkedIn profile, and if any other things we are doing, like there are so many people who create their YouTube channel about their knowledge, or they write content. So if you're writing content somewhere, please write the link over there. And LinkedIn profile is said to be very important because that is where the, you know all the employers will check you, right? Then cover letter, most of the Indians, we do not write cover letter is a kind of application, we can say. But then if you write it along with your CV, that will help you to be little bit, that will help you to differentiate yourself from the other applicants. Yes, then research about the company before going for any interview. It is very much important for us to know about the company. What is their services, their products, what are their vision, their mission, and what are their requirements. Everything you have to know, and accordingly you have to prepare yourself. So if, for example, if they are mm, their requirement is for a full stack developer, so in going to their website, you will come to know which kind of services and products they are providing, and accordingly how they are employing this full stack development in those things. But I don't have much technical knowledge, so I hope you will be the better person to check on the same. But yes, prepare yourself after going, just research on the type of company you are going for the interview, and prepare yourself accordingly. Dress up professionally. So always try to, just fix up your dress 2 days before. Okay, it's not like tomorrow is your interview and today you don't have your trouser, you don't have your belt, you don't have your shoes, and you are just hopping from here to there to buy things and you are so much tensed, no, that will not work. Yes, 2 days before you go, you if you don't have the things ready, you just buy a new shirt, get it fixed, buy trouser, buy shoes, buy tie. Okay, so when you are going for interview, it is always told that you should dress up professionally. Otherwise, nowadays in companies, they do give permission to people to dress up casually, but for interviews you are not allowed. Please dress up professionally. Yes, check the address. Sometimes it happens you don't check the address, and on the morning of the interview you come to know, oh, it is so far from your place, and it will take so much time. It will you will be late for the interview. Yes, so for avoiding all these kind of situations, please check the address, where it is, how much far it is, how you are going to reach to that place, whether you need some friends help or not. Everything you keep ready beforehand. Reach at least half an hour before to the interview venue. Sometimes it happen, somebody, if they are going for interview and they are not on time, so for that reason they become so nervous that they are not able to crack the interview. So if you are on the venue before time, maybe half an hour before or 15 minutes before, you can just go sit, check the environment, relax yourself, and then you can face the interview accordingly, right? So it is always recommended that you should reach the venue half an hour before, right? So there might be few questions which they would ask, like, tell me about yourself. Yes, so of course you will start with your name, and then you will tell from which place you are. In India we generally say I am basically from this place, but basically is wrong. You can say, simply just say I am from Hyderabad, I am from Bangalore, or maybe you can say I hail from Bangalore, I hail from Hyderabad, I have been born and brought up in Hyderabad. But avoid this word basically. Yes, after that, you can start talking about your family background. Not much, only little. In my family I have got these many members, and that much only. If they ask more about your family details, then you can talk. Otherwise it is better not to talk. Yes, because they want to know more about you, not about your family. After that, you will start with your education background, starting from the uh, your highest education. Yes, so if you are an engineer, you will say I did BTech from this place, and then I did my schooling from this place. And if you are a experienced person, you have to start to talk about your experience with your latest experience. Maybe you are working in a company now, so you will talk about that company, and then you will talk about your previous company. Yes, so this is how you are going to talk about your educational background and your work experience in chronological manner. Yes, and try to speak more and more about your skills. What all type of work you have done, what all skills you have, what are the type of codings you have learned, or maybe nowadays, like online internships people do, and these kind of sessions also you are joining. So even if you say that I have attended these kind of sessions, they would be saying, oh, what did you learn from that? So be ready for that also. It's not like I will show, oh, I have attended this session, this session, this session, and at the end of the day you don't know anything. No. So if they ask what did you learn from that, you have to be ready for that also, right? So yeah, it's I am, that is your first name, from your place. I did masters in computer from Indira Gandhi National University and have recently graduated. Yes, so then we have got, why do you want to work for us? So these are some important questions only, which I have taken for giving you a rough idea how you are going to answer. These kind of questions are asked by companies to know why you want to work for them, or actually if you are interested to work for them, or maybe they want to know how you are speaking, how is your personality, everything. Yes. So why do you want to work for us? For that you can talk that I love your brand, I'm using it from my childhood, and everybody in my family loves it, and I will be really great if I work with this brand. For example, we all love products of Apple, and suddenly you get a chance to be interviewed in Apple, isn't it? So it would be you'll be such a happy person. My friend works here, sometimes you are referred by a friend, so talk about it. My skills match with the requirement. What happens, you are applying somewhere, and you see that whatever they have asked for, you have got all the skills. So this is such a beautiful situation. Whatever they have asked, you have got all the skills. So accordingly you can match their requirement and your skills and let them know, see, this is why I have appeared here. In no way don't make yourself low, always make yourself high. Yes. And that's why you have to improve your skills also. It's not like in your dreams you're making yourself high, you don't have any skills. That will not work. In reality you have to develop your skills, right? Then we have got what are your salary expectations. Again here we say whatever you feel right is okay with us, or maybe whatever freshers are getting, that's okay for me. Yes, we generally hesitate to talk about our salary, but if you feel that you have that much capability that you will get more, you should get more payment, in that case you should talk not about the number but about the skills. Here also you have to start talking about yourself. I have done BTech in this field, and this field is so much in demand. I have done these all courses, I have got these many skills. I have in my previous company I have solved these many issues, I have fixed this, I have created this app, I have built this website. Yes. So for whatever you are saying, for everything there must be proof. Yes, that they can know that yes, whatever you're talking they are right. And definitely after that you can quote the amount which is there in your mind. And I feel that if you have that kind of skills which matches to that amount, they will obviously give it to you. Yes. So first of all you have to talk about your skills. Again they might ask you, why should we hire you? Yes. For this also again you have to talk about your skills. What is there that why you are talking about your skills? This is how you are selling yourself to them. Yes. So when we are searching for any job, we are our product and we want to sell ourselves. Okay. So have you seen any salesperson when they sell any pen, how they talk about the pen? If they are selling any book, how they talk about the book? This book is very interesting. This book talks about this. In that way, you have to talk about your skills, right? And also you have to present. So the salesman, whatever the product they sales, they present it in a such a good package. So you have to present yourself in that manner. You are the package of the whole product, right? So that's why it is very much important to talk about our skills. If you haven't yet started practicing, start practicing from today itself. If you are a fresher, or maybe if you are going for a next interview to get paid well, or maybe to get promoted, so start practicing for this. Yes. So there are something when we talk about corporate talking, corporate communication, it's not only about talking. When we say corporate communication, it's about our body language, our behavior, the way we respond to things. So in a day we cannot do so much. So today I have just taken a bit of the idea, that is agreeing and disagree. So when you are agreeing with people, people are happy. But the moment you say, no, I disagree in this point, then people it might be unhappy. Yes. But then again here, what work is your choice of word. If you are saying them very directly, no, I don't agree with you, obviously they would get hurt. Yes. So you must know how you are going to tell them that you agree with them, or you disagree with them. Your choice of words matter a lot. Yes, here for agreeing, if you're agreeing with somebody, you can use these phrases, that is, I totally agree with you. Yes, or I couldn't agree more. Yes, means whatever you have said, I really agree with it. I agree 100%. Or generally, what we use is exactly. Exactly, you are right. I agree with you. You are absolutely right. There's no doubt about it. Now, here, when you are using this phrase, again, the meaning is that you are agreeing with that person. There's no doubt about it. You can say that again. See, here it's these two phrases are not used in formal situation. You can use them in informal situation, maybe with your friends or with your colleagues, but not your manager and all. Colleagues also who are friends to you, not those who are not friend to you, you cannot use them. You can say that again or tell me about it, right? Then disagreeing, this is a main point where we have to work out how can we disagree with people politely. Yeah, I am afraid I disagree, this is the most common phrase which we use. Yes, so if you don't know it, if you're coming across it for the first time, i mm, I will just tell you to keep this phrase in your mind. Sometimes when we talk about something, it just goes in our mind and it remains in our mind. Yes, so I am afraid I disagree. I'm sorry, but I don't agree. I don't see it that way. I see it differently. Means whatever you are saying, I don't see it in that way. Right? Maybe your viewpoint is different than what the speaker is saying. I'm of a different opinion. Means you have a different opinion about what the other person is telling. I'm not so sure about that. Well, I think I disagree with what you are saying, or well, I think I have a different opinion. Actually, I think I have a different opinion, or I think I'm not sure about that. Yes, so this is how it's like you are disagreeing with the person politely, and in a indirect manner you are talking to that person. Directly, if you are telling somebody, no, I disagree with you, you are wrong. Yes, the person would be offended, and at the end of the day it's your image which would go down, right? So in no way we want our image to go down. So that's why it's not only about this aspect, that is agreeing and disagreeing. In each and every aspect, when you talk to people or even when you write message to people, see that your choice of words are good. Sometimes, when you write the messages, they are short, but the other person might get offended, right? If the person is not known to you, or maybe they are your seniors or managers. So try to be formal when you are talking to such kind of people. You can talk in any way to your friends, but to others you have to understand how you are going to talk to them and which kind of words you are going to use. Yes, so today we will wind up till here. I hope you learned something from here, and I really recommend you to follow the LSRW technique to improve your fluency. If you really want to improve your fluency, that will definitely help you. Yes, if you have any questions, you can write in the chat box. And thank you for today.
Thank you, Shikha. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Hari. Thank you, Mosam, for taking such an awesome class, and thank you all for attending for such a long time. And we will end here only. Hope you all have filled the attendance form. And go to, if you're not filled the attendance, please fill it. Fill this in the second attendance form. And also go to our YouTube channel. You'll find that we are like having a video 365 days a year. Like we have videos every day. Even tomorrow we are going to have some videos. So please check it out. We have everything related to web development, from basic to advanced, everything. Everything related to HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and some other things also, like React Native and all those things. So you can check it out on our channel. And please do subscribe if you're not done it yet. And thank you all the trainers for taking such an awesome class. Thank you and bye.